The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall, and we're doing business as usual, featuring our full assortment of the mysterious and the bizarre. Quis custodiet ipsos custodes? Who shall guard the guards? Or, to take it a step higher, who shall judge the judges? This was a problem that plagued the ancient Romans, and obviously it remains with us to this very day. And actually, the act of judging is a highly hazardous affair, because the book warns us, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." And so, between the necessity to judge and the admonition not to do it, we human beings are in a constant state of doubt, which is not the worst thing in the world.
Hold! Hold on there!
What you want?
What are you doing with that pistol?
That's hardly your affair, Mr. Lincoln.
A man prowling about at night holding a loaded pistol is certainly an object of curiosity.
Only to those that don't mind their own affairs.
I consider the safety of the community to be very much my affair, Mr. Barnes. You'll oblige me by handing over that pistol.
And you'll oblige me by going about your own business, Mr. Lincoln.
I'm afraid I'll have to take that pistol.
I'd advise you not to try it.
Hand it over, sir.
I warn you, not another step.
Our mystery drama, It's Murder, Mr. Lincoln, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Keir DeLay. When conditions are bad, we Americans always spend a great deal of energy not in finding a solution to the problem, but rather in deciding what to call it. Is it a depression? Is it a recession? Back in 1837, they called it a panic. So you see, we have made progress. 1837 was certainly a year to tighten one's belt. Definitely, it was not a favorable year to embark upon a new career. And a young man named Abraham Lincoln is discovering this the hard way. He has just settled in Springfield, Illinois, where he has opened a law office. Abe Lincoln sits in his law office and waits for clients. This afternoon, as usual, he is sitting and waiting. And although he is completely unaware of it, a case is being created for him just down the street in Fellman's Tavern.
Now, what I want to know is, what's the point in having Martin Van Buren sitting in the White House? Why, we might just as well have Andy Jackson.
Oh, well, Tom, Andy's old and sick. Why, he's half dead.
Well, better an Andy Jackson who's half dead than a Martin Van Buren who's all alive. Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, he sure is.
I have to remember that one.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. You want to hear a good one, sir? I was just saying to this gentleman here, Mr. Ephraim Barnes, I was saying, better a half-dead Jackson than an all-alive Van Buren. Isn't that what I said, Ephraim?
Something like that.
Are you Tom Fellman?
Yeah, in the flesh.
I'd like a room.
Cost you $1.
All right.
In advance. Owe no man anything, as it says in Corinthians. Or is it, Acts?
Well, here's your $1.
Thank you. Drink?
Oh, no, not for me, thanks.
Comes with the price of the room.
I never drink while there's work to be done.
Huh? Well, what's your name, stranger? You know mine. I'm Tom Feldman, and this gentleman here is Ephraim Barnes. He runs a bank.
Ah, glad to meet you, Mr.
Jones? Franklin Jones.
What's your business, Mr. Jones? I assure you, the First National Farmers and Merchants Bank of Springfield is very much at your service.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Barnes. I'll keep that in mind. Could either of you gentlemen tell me where I might find a Mr. Cyrus Darrow?
Cy Darrow? Why, he's got a farm. Big place it is, too, just north of here. Now, you just follow the road right out of town.
We inquire Your business with Mr. Darrow, sir?
Well, that depends on Mr. Darrow.
Well, that's playing the cards close to the vest, huh? Bread eaten in secret is the sweetest, as it says in Proverbs. Or is that Leviticus?
There's nothing secret about my business with Mr. Darrow. He swindled me out of some money. Now he's either going to pay it back or, well, I intend to blow his head off.
Now, Mr. Jones, there's no need for that. If you have proof, you can take him to court.
Well, I don't have proof, so I'll just have to do it my way. I've come here to get what's mine by rights, and I have the instrument with which to secure it.
Well, that's a wicked-looking weapon you got there, sir.
I fought in Florida in the Seminole War. This pistol was first and last fired in the service of my country. I earned the right to use it in my own behalf.
Now, sir, you cannot flout the law.
Yes, indeedy. The law is sitting right here by your side. In me, you see the sheriff, and Mr. Barnes is the judge for this term.
Well, gentlemen, all I can say is that if a man don't get no justice, he will have to make his own. My room, sir?
Up the stairs. First door to your right. Supper's at 5 o'clock.
That young fellow bears a bit of watching.
Yeah. I pity him if he goes up against old man Darrow. Cyrus will just chew him up and spit him out.
Wicked-looking pistol, that.
You know, I'm not a wagering man, Ephraim, but if it was, I'd lay my money on Cyrus Darrow. Poor fella. Seems kind of young to die after surviving an Indian war and all.
Who in the devil's name's out there this time of night? What's your business with me? Go on home. Got a bone to pick with Cyrus Darrow? You come round in the daylight time, like honest, respectable folk. All right. Don't bust her down. I'm coming. Oh, well, so it's you, eh? Come whining around to see if I'll leave you off the hook, eh? Well, you can hang there and squirm till I'm good and ready to... You think that pistol can scare me, eh? You ain't man enough to... Come on now. Hand it over before I make you chew it up. You yellow-bellied...
What? Who's there?
The sheriff.
Sheriff?
That's right. Open up in the name of the law.
All right. Oh, hi, Mr. Fellman. Oh, Mr. Fellman, the tavern keeper.
No, sir. It's Mr. Fellman, the sheriff. You'll have to come along with me, son.
What for?
What for? Mr. Jones, it looks like you did what you came here to do.
What's that?
Kill Cyrus Darrow.
Killed Cyrus Darrow, but I didn't.
He's dead, son. Big hole in his forehead caused by the forcible entry of a pistol ball.
There must be some mistake.
No, sir. There's no mistake. This your pistol?
Of course it's my
It
pistol.
was found 50 yards away from Cyrus's house.
No, you couldn't have found it 50 yards away because...
Because?
Well, it can't be my pistol. I remember I put it back in my bag.
Yes?
Yeah. Hey, it isn't here.
Of course not. How could it be in that bag and in my hand at one and the same time?
I didn't...
Mr. Jones, as sheriff of Springfield County, I hereby arrest you for the murder of Cyrus Darrow.
What?
And may the Lord have mercy on your soul.
What are you saying?
Well, that's right. That's right. I shouldn't say that just yet. After all, you ain't been tried. But you'll get a fair trial before they hang you.
I don't know what to say, Franklin. I don't know what to say.
I didn't kill him, Emily. I didn't.
Franklin, everyone says...
I don't care what everyone says. You just gotta believe in me.
Why did you have to come here with a pistol? Why did you have to threaten him in public?
Why? Because I'm stupid, that's why.
Oh, Franklin, I'm sorry.
I guess I really am in the soup this time.
This man, Cyrus Darrow, was very well liked. And the evidence against you, it's so strong.
Evidence? What evidence?
What evidence? Oh, Franklin, your threats to kill him, the pistol...
I swear to you, Em.
I believe you, darling. But there's gonna be a trial.
Well, I'll make them believe me. I'll make everyone believe me.
You'll need a lawyer.
Yeah, well, I'll hire a lawyer.
And
Yeah, what is it, dear?
A lawyer?
Yeah, well, that's just what I said, my darling. I'll hire a lawyer.
Dear, there are no lawyers.
No lawyers here in Springfield, the state capital? Why, in a place like this, there are nothing but lawyers.
I've been asking around, and I've gotten answers. One fella says, "Sorry, ma'am, I just couldn't take on another case." And meanwhile, he's got his feet on the desk, and I can see the holes in his shoes. And then another fella says, "I never did try a murder case."
What is it?
There isn't nobody in this town doing 15 cents worth of business, and they say, each of them say to me, "Sorry, Miss Jones, I just can't see my way clear."
Well, why won't they take my case?
Well,
Is it because they don't think they can win? Emily, that should make no difference. Law says every man's entitled to a lawyer.
I know. But what the law really means, every man's entitled to a lawyer provided he can get one.
Yes, ma'am?
Are you Judge Barnes?
Well, here in the bank this week, I'm Mr. Barnes. I don't start being Judge Barnes till next week. Now, whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
My name is Jones. Emily Jones. Mrs. Franklin Jones.
Oh,
Judge, my husband can't find himself a lawyer.
well, surely, Miss Barnes, in all of Springfield, there must be somebody who
don't mind ruining his reputation?
Now, Miss Barnes, lawyers don't see things that way at all.
Then how does it happen no lawyer's willing to defend my husband?
Well, it's a busy time.
How busy? Look at your bank. Ain't a soul in here except you and me.
Yeah, well,
Well, what, sir? People going broke left and right, nothing being brought in or sold, no contracts to draw up. What are all these lawyers doing?
Well, I'm sure if you look around...
I looked. I looked everywhere. And everybody's turned me down.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Have you spoken to a man named Lincoln? Abe Lincoln?
Abe Lincoln? No, the names ain't familiar.
Well, why don't you give Abe a try? He's the kind of lawyer who'll take any case he can get.
Well, I must say, Judge, that don't sound like a very enthusiastic recommendation.
Well, ma'am, it's the only recommendation I can give you.
Yes, ma'am?
Will you please tell Mr. Abe Lincoln I'm here?
There's no need to do that, ma'am. You've already done so.
You? You're Abe Lincoln?
The plea is guilty, ma'am. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of...
But you don't...
I know I don't look like a lawyer. Well, the fact is, I don't look very much of anything else either.
Well,
Won't you have a seat, ma'am? Now,
my name is Emily Jones. My husband, Franklin...
Was he named after Ben Franklin?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
The great man.
Yes, sir. He, my husband, is going to be tried for murder.
Yes, I know.
And I need a lawyer.
Well, you've come to the right place.
You mean you're willing to defend him?
I'm ready, ma'am.
Well, that may be, but I've got to ask you about your qualifications. How many murder cases have you tried?
How many? To be exact, ma'am, none.
None?
Miss Jones, a fella has to start someplace.
Well, but not with my husband.
Well, I do have one qualification. Matter of fact, it could turn out to be the most important qualification of all.
What's that?
I'm the only lawyer in town willing to take the case.
Didn't Longfellow say, "Lives of great men all remind us we can make our own sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time"? Yes, he did. However, what we should realize about the lives of great men is the fact that most of them weren't always great. Can you imagine being unhappy to have Abraham Lincoln as your lawyer? I'll return shortly with Act Two. His name is Franklin Jones. Right now, he is in the jailhouse in Springfield, Illinois, in the early autumn of the year 1837. He is accused of murder. His prospects are bleak. The betting is better than 10 to 1 he'll feel a rope around his neck before the month is out. The odds have not been lowered by the fact that his lawyer is a young man named Abe Lincoln.
And who was in the tavern when you came in?
Mr. Fellman, Mr. Barnes.
No one else?
No, no one else. I asked if they knew where I could find Mr. Cyrus Darrow, and they asked why, and I told them.
Couldn't you tell them that it was your own affair?
Well, I didn't.
Oh, you always have to be bragging about something, no matter how many times I tell him.
Please, Emily. Mr. Lincoln here ain't interested in our personal business.
Oh, but I am.
You are? Why?
Because you never can tell what might be important.
All that's important is to keep the rope away from Franklin's neck.
Well, that's exactly what we're trying to do, Miss Jones. Now, Frank, you came here night before last from Valley Junction.
That's right. We just started farming.
Miss Jones, I'd appreciate it if we'd let Frank answer.
Well, I can give you the facts fast and clear.
I know, ma'am, but, well, Frank's going to need practice. He'll be the one that has to answer at the trial. So, Frank, you came here the other night. You engaged a room. You stated your business to Mr. Fellman and to Mr. Barnes.
Like a fool.
Yes, sir, that's right.
And you showed them the pistol. Why?
Well, the pistol was a present to my dad from General William Henry Harrison. Dad was with Harrison at the Tippecanoe.
You see? He wanted to brag about it.
Mr. Fellman and Mr. Barnes, well, they weren't easy fellas to talk to. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean, Frank.
So I just went upstairs to my room and I went to bed, figuring I'd see Cyrus Darrow first thing in the morning.
And,
Well, the next thing I knew, there was a knock on the door, and it's the sheriff. I'm being arrested for murder.
And at no time during the night did you arise from your bed and go forth to Mr. Darrow's place and shoot him?
I did not shoot him. I was asleep in my room.
Well, we have to make that defense stand up.
You sound like you don't believe him.
Oh, I believe him. I'm not the problem. We've got a judge and a jury to consider. Frank, the pistol, where was it?
In my bag?
You placed it in the bag before you went to sleep?
Yes, sir.
Well, how did it get to where it was found? In the field, 50 yards from Mr. Darrow's door?
I don't know.
Well, the prosecution will say that you went there, shot Cy Darrow, fled from the scene, and in your guilty terror and confusion, you dropped the gun.
Well, I couldn't have dropped the gun when I wasn't even carrying it to start with. I wasn't there.
Well, then we must claim that someone came into this room while you were asleep and stole that pistol.
Yeah, well, that's the only way it could have happened.
You, were conscious of no one?
Well, I was asleep.
Tell me this. What was your business with Mr. Darrow?
Why do you want to know?
Frank?
Is that important?
It's the first question the prosecutor will ask. I should know.
All that was before he was killed.
Frank?
Well, I enlisted in 1829.
1830.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And I served in Georgia and Florida. And when I wanted to marry Emily, well, you don't get married on sergeant's pay.
Oh, not to me, you don't.
Anyway, there was this fella in the company, first platoon he was, a funny little fella, fat and baldy, you know, but smart. He was a Frenchman or a German or something like that. He spoke funny. You know, the Army's full of all kinds of foreigners. Well, they had to run here because they're having all kinds of revolutions in Europe.
Will you get to the point? Now, why should Mr. Lincoln care beans about them revolutions in Europe?
Yeah, well, his name was Fuller, and he knew all about plants and flowers, you know, and he said, Jonesy, some of these varieties could grow very well up north if...
Yeah? If what?
Yeah, well, I never did find out. You see, he and I were going into business, and we collected boxes and boxes of various seeds, and we was going to sell them to farmers up this way, where I was well known. That is, I knew some people.
And since Cyrus Darrow was one of the biggest farmers in this parts, well, we wrote to him. And he wrote back offering to buy a special kind of feed grass.
Yeah, we sent him $30 worth, and he never did pay up.
So we wrote and we asked him for our money.
And he sent back an answer saying he'd be hanged if he'd pay a cent for some sticky Georgia thistles.
What was that man talking about anyway?
Well, I don't know. I could have made a mistake and not cleaned out the seed like Fulda said you had to do. Well, he invited me to come up and look at his brand new thistle patch, and also given the opportunity to wring my neck at one and the same time.
And I said, Frank, you go up there and you get your money. Well, did I know he was going to take a gun?
And at no time, then, did you visit Darrow's farm?
No, sir, he did not. He was nowhere near that place.
Frank?
No, sir.
As far as you know, it could, that is, the seed you sold him, could very well have been thistle, or burrs, or whatever.
Well, supposing they was. What does this have to do with the killing of Cyrus Darrow?
You weren't up there, Frank?
Well, I said I wasn't.
Well, I'd better be getting along.
Where are you off to?
I think I'll ride up to Darrow Farm.
Whatever for?
I might learn something.
What's to learn? The man's been murdered. We know that.
Well, I might find some evidence.
What kind?
I have no idea, but I have to look.
You mean you're gonna look for something and you don't know what?
Yes, I suppose you could put it that way. What was that, Miss Jones?
Nothing. Just,
Hello, Abe.
How are you, Tom?
Fine.
Sit down.
Doing anything?
Well, I'm about to take a run up to Darrow Farm. Maybe some evidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Evidence. Evidence of things not seen, as it says in Leviticus.
Hebrews.
Yeah. Leaving soon?
Well, I'd like to get back before supper.
You've taken the Jones case.
Yep. I was retained this morning.
Well, Abe, you think that's wise?
Wise? I'm a lawyer.
Well, you have to think of your career. You know, you gotta lose that case. It's plain as a cabbage on a rose bush. The boy's guilty.
Wasn't that why we're having a trial?
Oh, we're having a trial because the law says he's got to get one. But you know what the verdict's going to be.
Tom, I'm surprised at you.
No, Abe. You're the surprising one. Now, look, you can't win. If you lose, you look bad because you're a loser. And if by some miracle... Yeah, you could have a miracle, because as Milton says, the age of miracles is forever here.
That was Carlyle.
Carlyle. Well, anyhow, if by a miracle you win, well, folks will resent it.
Why?
Well, the boy's so obviously guilty, people want him to hang. Look, Abe, I'm thinking of your future.
My future?
Yeah, you could have a great future in politics. I've seen you operate. Why, it was you single-handed got the state capitol to move up here from Vandalia.
Oh, now, that's not really true.
It is. Now, Abe, you could go far.
Oh, no, not me.
Now, why do you say
Don't look like a politician.
it's the way a politician's supposed to look,
Now,
Abe?
that isn't so. He's got to look kind of solidly dignified, like Daniel Webster, or sharp and smart like Clay or Calhoun, or shrewd like Tom Benton, or even jolly like Steve Douglas. But he can't, he can't afford to be funny-looking like me.
Well, I wouldn't say he was all that funny-looking, Abe.
I'm too tall, too thin, and I'm too bony and gawky.
But you got all the brains.
Well, brains alone was never enough.
Abe, is there some way you could get out of trying this case? No, I mean it for your own good. Cy Darrow was well-liked.
I wouldn't get out even if I could, Tom.
Cy was very well-liked, and folks are mad. You think about that.
Well, there's nothing to think about.
Well, just thought I'd paint your picture. After all, as William Shakespeare said, forewarned is forearmed.
No, that was Miguel Cervantes.
Wow. Hello there, Abe.
Good day, Mr. Bennett.
What brings you out here, Abe?
Oh, I thought I'd come out here and look.
For what?
Oh, for anything I could find. I saw someone moving around in the house. Turns out to be you.
Well, I was his lawyer. I'm just getting his papers put together. Well, come in. Look around, if you like.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
Right here in the doorway is where he fell. I found the body, in the morning. I'd come by to go over some contracts. There he was, dead.
You going through his papers?
I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm. Anything missing?
Well, Abe, either stuff is missing or he hid 'em away somewhere.
What do you mean?
I mean, he didn't tell his lawyer everything. No client ever does. You're going to find that out.
Well, what would seem to be missing?
I haven't had a chance to go through it all, but I know for a fact he's been lending out money all over town. The way things are with the banks and all, he was the only one with hard cash.
Yes, I heard. Well, you could say there were plenty of folks who might have had a motive, Mr. Bennett.
Yeah, I could say that, Abe. But I think your man's going to pay the bill.
But he told me he never even came up here.
Now, I know, Abe. But when you've had as many clients as I have, you learn how easily they can lie to you.
Oh, it's hard to believe this boy isn't telling me the truth.
Yeah, that's what makes it so dang difficult. Maybe he thinks he's telling you the truth. Abe, you're in trouble on this case. Admit it.
I never denied it.
Let's step outside, Abe.
What for?
We might find a way out of this problem. Now, Abe, yeah, just off to your left, leading to the road, there's a full acre, and it's planted in what?
Now, hold on, Mr. Bennett. That's a wild field.
No, that's a planted field, Abe.
But who'd want to plant all those weeds and burrs and thistles?
They come from the seeds my client bought from your client.
That's hard to believe. Why?
Let's say your client's a sharper, or he made an honest mistake. Don't matter. But he made my client mad. My old Si was ready to kill that boy on sight. Get my point?
Mr. Bennett, I think I do.
Now, taking it straight from there, you begin to see a new line of approach in the case?
Mr. Bennett, let me tell you, sir, I am eternally in your debt. To think, I had just considered this case was hopeless.
Abe, when everything looks hopeless, that's the time you really start to hope.
And, of course, that was a lesson that Abe Lincoln never forgot. Certainly in the years to come, he would be faced with more apparently hopeless situations than almost any other president. But our concern is with the case in hand. And what is the light that has suddenly dawned? Well, that will all be made visible when I return in just a few moments with Act 3. It is always surprising to consider that what we call psychology is a science of recent vintage. We speak so easily of things like the split personality, the other self, the protective falsehood, without realizing that these terms would be unintelligible to people who lived even 100 years ago. But although our forebears did not know these things intellectually, they could understand their implications. After all, Sigmund Freud was only 10 years old when Abe Lincoln died, yet Lincoln already sensed a great deal of what Freud was to discover.
No, Mr. Lincoln, he don't lie to me. That's one thing he don't do. He don't lie to me.
Emily, maybe he has no choice.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe he's afraid he'd lose you if you knew he was a murderer. What would you do if he confessed?
What would I do?
Would you leave him?
Well,
You see?
Oh, I'd raise up a storm, I guess. I'd holler and rip, but afterward, well, I'd stand by him.
Well, then you must convince him of that.
But will it save him?
At least it's a defense. I could plead it. This way, all I'm doing is begging the mercy of the court.
But will it work?
Self-defense always gives a man a chance.
How much of a chance?
Well, I'm a lawyer, Emily. I'm not a prophet, but we can get witnesses to prove that Si Darrow was furious with Franklin.
But why?
Because Franklin had sold him nothing but weeds.
How do you know?
I was up there, Emily. I saw them. A strange kind of growth for this part of the country. Brambles and burrs and weeds.
It really wasn't Frank's fault, Mr. Lincoln. He just doesn't know.
But Cyrus Darrow was boiling mad. Now, oddly enough, this could create some sympathy for Franklin.
How? They'll all think Frank was a swindler.
Well, maybe not a swindler, more of a sharper.
Oh, what's the difference?
Well, Emily, you have to know these old horse traders up here. They might even admire him.
Why?
Because he's done something nobody else was ever able to bring off.
What's that?
He got the better of Si Darrow in a deal. And he went up to Seaside to brazen it out. being careful, of course, to bring his pistol. The fact that the pistol was given to him by General Harrison won't hurt either.
Well, then, you think we've got a chance?
Yes, Emily, I would say, what with one thing and another, we've got a fighting chance.
No!
No? What do you mean, no?
You heard, Emily. I said no.
But Mr. Lincoln just explained.
I know what Mr. Lincoln just explained.
Don't you understand? If you don't plead self-defense, you're sure to hang.
Well, I ain't gonna do it.
Why?
I told you once. I told you 1,000 times. I wasn't there.
But, Frank...
I didn't kill him.
I give up. What can you do with him, Mr. Lincoln?
Mr. Lincoln, would you want me to get up there on that stand and tell a lie?
Is it a lie, Franklin? You mean you didn't kill Cy Darrow in self-defense?
Huh. Here's a hole to be in. A man's wife won't believe him. His lawyer won't believe him.
Frank, we only
Franklin, I can only plead the defense my client gives me. Since I wasn't at the scene of the crime when the murder took place, I don't know what happened.
Well, I don't know neither. I wasn't there myself. I was asleep in bed in my room at Fellman's Tavern.
But, Franklin, nobody's going to believe that.
Well, ain't that what I got a lawyer for, so he can make folks believe me? Or is this case too tough for you, Mr. Lincoln?
Well, it's tough enough.
Hey, did you find anything up there at Darrow's place?
How'd you know I was up there?
Well, look at your pants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them little burrs. Almost too small to see, unless you're looking for them. Yes, sir, you'll be picking them off your pants legs for weeks.
I thought I'd gotten rid of most of them.
No, sir, they're hidden where you can't even see them. And some of the seeds, why, they'll even germinate on the clothes, seems like. You better boil those pants.
Well, thank you.
I guess Darrow was right, Emily. We did sell him weeds. I didn't mean to, Mr. Lincoln. It's just that Corporal Fulda would have known what to do. He said you had to wash the seed in something called alkali. I don't even know what it is.
What are you going to do now, Mr. Lincoln?
Tell me, who else was in the tavern when you came in?
Well, I told you, just Mr. Fellman and Mr. Barnes.
Nobody else?
No, sir.
You positive?
I'll swear to it.
Well, do you know anyone in the town?
No, sir. Not a single solitary soul.
Why do you ask?
Well, Emily, it's about time I started asking questions.
But you've been asking questions all along.
No, not the right questions, and I haven't been asking the right people either.
Well, Abe, I can only tell you the boy insists on having a rope put around his neck.
Well, he refuses to plead self-defense.
In my opinion, he'd rather die having his wife think he's not a murderer.
I believe him.
It can be a dangerous business when you start believing clients.
It can even be a more dangerous business when you don't.
What can I do for you, Abe?
You been through all the size papers yet?
All I was able to turn up.
Would either Tom Fellman or Ephraim Barnes have owed him money?
Well, now, Abe, this is a lawyer-client relationship. You asking me to break it?
Well, the client's dead, Mr. Bennett. And I'm not asking out of idle curiosity.
Yes, he did have a mortgage on Fellman's.
I thought Tom Fellman owned the place free and clear. It's been a money-maker for years.
Don't you know there's been a panic on? There ain't a nickel's worth of cash to be had.
Well, why would Tom Fellman go to Cy Darrow when he could get money at bank rates from his good friend Ephraim Barnes?
Banks don't have it either, Abe.
Did you find any papers for either Tom or Ephraim?
What are you trying to say, Abe?
I'm just asking, Mr. Bennett.
To answer your question, no. There's no papers for either one of them.
And yet, they both owed him money.
I'm reasonably sure of it, Abe.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bennett. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Well, Abe,
Afternoon, Abe.
have a drink. How's the law business coming?
Slow.
Well, slow but sure moves mighty mountains. Aristotle.
Euripides.
Abe, I swear one day I'm going to catch you.
We have some business to discuss.
At my office only.
This is legal business, Ephraim.
Then I'd rather discuss it at your office.
It has to do with the upcoming trial of Franklin Jones.
In that case, I don't discuss it at all. I'm scheduled to be presiding judge, you know.
I don't think so, Ephraim.
Well, what you saying? You can see the calendar.
I'm going to ask you to disqualify yourself, Ephraim.
What are you saying, Abe? Eve here's one of the finest judges.
Abe, don't you believe I'm a fair man?
It's nothing personal, Ephraim.
Well, then why...
Well, to begin with, you're a material witness.
Who is?
You are. You and Tom here. You're the ones, the only ones who heard Tom ask for the whereabouts of Cy Darrow, and who heard Tom threaten to kill him.
Yeah, well,
Well, you can't be a judge and a witness at the same time, can you?
Yeah, but you...
Besides, there's more to it than that.
What are you driving at, Abe?
Well, my client insists that he's not guilty.
Well, now, you wouldn't expect him to admit it now, would you?
Yes, if he were guilty, I would, especially since I found a way he could plead guilty and still save his neck at the same time.
What's that?
Self-defense. Old Cy was more than mad at him. Mad enough to kill him. But the boy refuses to take that defense, which proves to me that he's a young man of his word, and I have to respect that word.
Abe, if Franklin Jones didn't kill Cy Darrow, who in thunder did?
Well, we'll have to sit down, the three of us, and reason together. If Franklin didn't kill Cy, who did? We know somebody did, because Cy's dead.
I'd like you to come straight and tell me exactly what you're driving at, Abe.
Well, it couldn't be suicide. After all, how would Cy get a hold of Frank's pistol?
Well, what motive would Cy have for doing away with himself?
None. But you can't be too careful in these things. You have to explore every possibility.
Yeah, but you also have to be headed someplace.
Don't be impatient, Ephraim. I am. So if it wasn't Frank, who else could it be? Who else knew Frank was in town? Who else knew Frank was mad enough to go to Cy's place with a pistol? Who else would even know that Frank had a pistol? The answer? Either one of you two.
Well, hold on there, Abe. Are you saying that Eve here, or me, could have killed Cy Darrow? Huh? Well, Abe, I am your best friend in town. How could you even think...
Abe, I thought you was always a man of good sense. But this is monstrous.
Have either of you gentlemen been up to see Cy lately? Well?
I ain't been up to Cy Darrow's place since I bought a pony from him in 33... No, it was 34. Well, yeah, it's been 3 years.
Ephraim?
It's been at least a year since I had occasion to visit Cy's farm.
Where'd you transact your business?
Whatever business we would transact, we would do at the bank.
Gentlemen, one of you two is lying.
Hey, now look here.
Now, you want to be careful now, Abe. Friendship only excuses just so much.
Let me borrow that chair. Now, I'm going to put my foot up on the seat of it.
What for?
Oh, come on, let's humor him. He's mad.
You'll notice that the lower part of my trouser leg is covered with very tiny little sticky burrs.
Yeah, so?
So these are typical of a growth that occurs only in northern Florida or southern Georgia. You can't find them anywhere else in the country except at Cy Darrow's farm.
Well, now, what's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
They grew from seeds sold to Darrow by mistake, by Franklin Jones.
I still don't see what you're driving at.
I was up there just before. That's how they got all over my pants leg. Now, will each of you gentlemen please place his foot up on the chair?
I'll be hanged if I do.
Is that a prophecy, Ephraim?
Eve, them little burrs, them sticky little burrs. You got 'em on your... Ephraim, if you wasn't up at the Darrow place, how'd them little burrs get all over your pants?
Pour me a drink, Tom.
Eve, you was always an honest man.
Yeah. For 50 years, I've been honest as the day is long. And where did it get me? I didn't speculate. I didn't hedge. I guarded my customers' money. And I got wiped out. I had to borrow from Cy Darrow. And he was going to take away my bank. Well, this boy came marching in here and...
And you decided to steal his pistol and kill Darrow yourself.
Well, it wasn't that clear cut, you know. It just worked out. And I found my notes and destroyed them. Yours too, Tom.
Ephraim, a man like you, could you really let that boy hang for you? Could you?
Abe, I like to think that in the end, I wouldn't let that boy hang for me. I'd like to think that.
Would your conscience let you?
Conscience. Abe, when you face the rope, you know the saying, conscience does make cowards of us all.
Cervantes.
No, Shakespeare.
You're a good lawyer, Abe. Would you defend me?
Ephraim, you mean you want me? Why, you could have anyone, even Stephen Douglas.
I want you, Abe. Nobody but you.
Thank you, Ephraim. I'm grateful. I'm humbly grateful.
Well, the case went to trial with a new judge and a new defendant. And the young lawyer Abe Lincoln argued ably and well. And the result was a hung jury. But, as Abe Lincoln said afterwards, better a hung jury than a hung client. Franklin and Emily Jones, Tom Fellman, Ephraim Barnes, they are all obscure footnotes in the book of Abraham Lincoln's life. And yet, these are some of the nameless, unknown people who helped shape his character. All around us are young men and women whom we, in our anonymous fashion, are also molding by our precept and by our example. And we are molding them into what? Think about it. Our cast included Keir DeLay, Jennifer Harmon, Paul Hecht, Joe Silver, and Robert Dryden. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. A gentleman named Frank Richard Stockton, whose name may not be familiar to you, as I must admit it wasn't to me, wrote one of the most famous short stories of all time. It was called The Lady or the Tiger. I mention it only because, in its own curious way, it reminded me of the story that Dr. Felix Brandt is about to reveal.
What impulse drives me to put what follows on paper? I don't exactly know. I suppose it's a need for confession, or perhaps a prayer for forgiveness to a God I've forgotten and whose mercy I do not deserve when I die, which will be shortly. And I wonder, when they close my eyes at last, if I shall meet the soul of Hugh Prentice, and if I too will be condemned to wander eternally in a vast limbo of loneliness as punishment for my crime. A crime worse than murder, for which I did not have the courage, but I was determined. The death was too easy for someone who had violated the one person I had held most dear in all my life. So I dared play God out of my own special knowledge and exact a punishment to fit the crime. Whoever reads this, make your own judgment. What has been done cannot be undone.
Our mystery drama, The Doppelganger, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Howard Da Silva. To go back to The Lady and the Tiger, you'll remember, I'm sure, that it was a story of a man who faced two doors. Behind one of them was a famished, raging, man-eating tiger who would devour and destroy. Behind the other was a love goddess, every man's desire. Now, I'm not suggesting that this story has anything to do with that story, except in the matter of choice. Something we do every day. Select one alternative or the other. So let's examine Dr. Felix Brandt's selection and judge him as you may.
My name is Felix Brand. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology. I was married, have one daughter. As I've grown older, although it has been a passionate obsession of mine all my life, I've had to fight the tendency to devote more time to my avocation than my vocation. Parapsychology. The exploration of the psychic, the world beyond the finite world. A hobby, or obsession if you will, which led to my unspeakable crime. Worse, far worse than murder.
It was nice of you to meet me at the airport, Dr. Brandt.
For reasons deeper than simple courtesy, Hank, I wanted to have a private chat with you about the woman we both love, that daughter of mine. That's why I'm letting you drive, so I can...
Well, what is it, sir? Something about Fran?
No, not just at this moment. Quickly, Hank! Cut over to the right lane, fast!
Yes, sir, but what... Doctor, if you had told me to pull over, that maniac would have hit us head on.
There's nothing more we can do, Hank. The police have it in hand. Let's drive on.
Yes, sir.
The man is dead.
I don't know. Probably.
He is dead.
How do you know?
I don't. I only sense it. He didn't want to live. I don't know why. Heart condition, terminal disease, some reason.
Well, how could you know what kind... Well, how did you know to tell me to pull over so suddenly? As if you knew in advance there was going to be an accident.
I'm an old man, Hank. An old man who meddles perhaps in too many things outside my province. I've been looking deeper and deeper into parapsychology, and some of the things I've come to believe in rub off.
What things, sir?
Oh, extrasensory perception, ESP if you'd rather. Clairvoyance, telepathy, all sorts of psychic phenomena. I'm thinking of abandoning classic psychology and switching over to the other side. Matter of fact, I'm already teaching one course in it. And that's of little interest to a lawyer, or even my prospective son-in-law. Tell me, what brought you flying down from law school for the weekend?
Well, didn't Fran, hasn't Fran said anything to you, Doctor?
About what?
I don't know, just, well, her letters have been very strange lately. Not very frequent. I thought something might be wrong. I mean, I had a hunch.
The amateur outflanks the expert. I hope you're wrong. You have me worried. Fran is everything in the world to me. If anything ever happened to her...
She means as much to me, Dr. Brandt. Now, don't you worry. If anything is wrong, between us, we can set it right.
It was a relief to have Hank back again. I had been worried about my daughter Fran lately. Fran, the picture of her mother, whom I had lost too soon. Bright, open, happy, reaching out both hands to the world, full of love to give and expecting the same in return. And yet I knew, had been trying to conceal from myself something that was very wrong, something it took Hank, whom she had loved with all her heart since high school, to bring out into the open.
Hey, Fran. What you trying to do? Get pneumonia?
Oh. Hi, Hank. I didn't think you'd be here so soon. I'm warm enough.
Mm-hmm. Huddled out here in the gazebo with snow all around and the wind whistling up icicles.
I've got my parka to keep me warm.
How about your love? Don't I get a welcome kiss, even if it's a cold one?
Oh, Hank. Oh, Hank, what am I going to say to you?
Well, something a lot more straight from the shoulder than those weaseling letters I've been getting recently.
I know. I'm not very proud of myself at the moment, Hank.
Hey, you don't have to cut corners with me. There's another guy, right?
Hank, please, listen to me and try to understand. You see, Dad has been teaching his regular survey course in basic psychology, and I met this guy there, and I don't know, something crazy happened, something I wasn't prepared for or even thought about in my well-ordered life.
You fell in love with him?
Yes.
Which lets me out.
Please don't put it like that, Hank. It's something so sudden, so overwhelming. I don't
Hey, don't I even get a chance to get up to bat for the 9th inning?
It's too late, Hank. I'm going to have his baby.
Ooh. Well, that's right between the eyes. When's the wedding?
I don't know. I just found out. About me, I mean.
I could cheerfully wring that rabbit's neck. Your father know?
Not yet.
And this guy?
I haven't even told him yet.
Why not?
Well, I just haven't had the chance.
Okay. So it shouldn't be a total loss, and I don't waste the whole trip down here. We'll make a deal. I'll tell the doc about it, and you pin down your dream boy. What's his name, by the way?
I won't tell you that. I'm afraid to. I do love you, Hank. Why did something else like this turn up?
Fran, I'm no oracle. It's just what happens to people. Sort of thing that shakes faith and makes you wonder about God, but it's life. It's what we have to live. Come on, let's both go inside before we freeze to death.
I can't believe what you're telling me, Hank.
Well, you'd better, Pop. It's true.
Pop?
Sorry about that. Just slipped out.
That's what I always wanted from Fran and you.
And we can't legislate or play God. It's not the way it's going to be.
But who's the man?
Well, it's Fran's secret. It's her right to keep it that way. There's nothing either of us can do about it.
I wouldn't agree with that. You'll give her up so easily?
I never owned her. She's her own mistress.
But you won't fight for her?
Doc, have a heart. What can I do? I can't force her to love and accept me. The best I can do is be a good loser.
You gotta be kidding, Fran. So we were together a few times. You ought to know better than to get caught.
That's all I mean to you?
Oh, don't knock it. Look, you're a sweet chick. We made great music. It was all for kicks, though. I mean, no ties, no padlocks. Look, don't get me wrong. I'll get you the right guy. I mean, it's all legal now. And I'll bear the freight.
You want me to get rid of the baby?
Well, what else? I mean, you want it, you have it. Just don't try to pin me down. I want to stay loose. That's my thing.
I can't believe what you're saying.
It's a whole new world. You want to live by old-fashioned boxes they shoved us in. That's your option. You can't push me in a sleeve, so don't ever try. I am today, baby. You got to take me as you find me.
Or as I lose you.
Well, that's the way it runs. Easy come, easy go.
I was that easy.
Oh, come on. I didn't say that.
Oh, you don't say much you really mean.
So? Maybe it's best we just split.
No, please.
Look, the kid is out. And don't try to hang it on me. I'll deny it. All you'll get is a nice story that will get your old man fired out of the university.
I can't understand myself. How I can be in love with anyone as rotten as you.
Oh, knock it off, Fran.
If I did do something about the baby, would you still...
All right, hey. Now, that's more like my old woman talking. Sure, if you do. I mean, you and me are a thing again.
I don't know if Dad would... I mean, I don't have any money.
Yeah, well, don't look at me. I ain't got the bread. But I got something better.
What?
Got a buddy. Mid-student. Senior. And he owes me plenty. I mean, we'll do a little collecting from him.
But he's not a doctor.
He's the next thing to it. Look, don't get the whammies. He's done it before. It's a breeze. Leave it to me. I'll set the whole thing up.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy. Oh. Daddy.
Fran, darling, what is
Daddy.
it?
Oh, the baby. Daddy. It's gone, but I'm bleeding.
Oh, good Lord.
Doc, anything I can do?
Yes, Hank, call Dr. Montrose and get him here fast. The number's in my address book by the phone on my study desk.
I'm on my way.
Help me.
Oh, who did this to you, Fran?
Friend of...
The man who made you pregnant. What's his name?
Oh, I can't. I won't tell.
Well, this isn't the time. But one way or another, I'll get it, Fran. And when I do, I'll find a way to make him suffer for what he's done to you.
There isn't much excuse for the man whose name Dr. Felix Brandt still doesn't know, Hugh Prentice. The sad thing about life is they usually get away with things. Being without a conscience makes life a lot easier, but is anyone really without a conscience? That's something Hugh Prentice is about to have to start exploring as a strange and eerie punishment creeps over him. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. Of course, in the Gilbert and Sullivan tradition, the Mikado's object of making the punishment fit the crime was comic and light-hearted. Here, it is deathly serious. In point of fact, unearthly so. Dr. Montrose was able to bring the hemorrhage under control after he arrived, and once it had stopped and Fran was under sedation, he met with his old friend Felix in the study.
Well, she's all right now, Felix. Nothing to worry about.
You don't think we should get her to the hospital?
Yeah, under ordinary circumstances, perhaps, but I'd say she's out of danger. She'll have to be watched closely, but I can handle that. If I put her in a hospital, it's all out in the open. You don't want that, do you?
What do you mean, Jim?
This is a pretty hidebound community, Felix.
You're a good friend, Jim.
Well, of yours and little Fran. I don't want to see her hurt anymore. Why did she do it?
I don't know.
I mean, she and Hank are going to get married anyway, so why...
It wasn't Hank's baby.
Oh.
What would you do about the man who started all this, Jim?
If it were my daughter?
Yes.
I don't know. We're a little elderly for physical retribution, aren't we? And any other course is problematical. Probably hurt Fran more than the man. Do you know who he is?
No. Fran won't tell me.
I suppose the best thing to do is let it go.
Come in.
How are you feeling today, Fran?
I'm all right, Daddy.
I know. I mean, Dr. Montrose has given you a clean bill of health.
Has he?
Well, he says you can get up and go back to college or whatever you want.
whatever I want. There's one thing I want I may never have any more. Didn't Dr. Jim tell you?
Yes. We can talk about it later. Fran, I was just wondering...
What?
Would you like to... Well, I mean, Hank is still here, and he would like to see you.
No. I don't want to see Hank. I'm going back where I belong, if he'll have me.
Are you ready to tell me his name yet?
No. Not till I find out where I stand.
How can you make yourself so cheap? This man, whoever he is, has taken all the love and the joy and laughter out of you. How can you go crawling back to him?
Because he's the only one who can give it back to me.
And if he doesn't?
Then I just don't want to live.
I was helpless to aid her, to ease anything for her. All that burned in me was a rage for the man who had turned my happy child into a hurt and battered shell, a beggar dependent on a man who was not worthy of her. And at this moment, even though I still didn't know his name, I could curse him and wish him disaster. I could do better than that if I turned my back on a God that I felt had forsaken me and mine. And as an extension of all my psychic research, turned to black magic and called down a curse on the man who had ruined my child. But first I had to talk to Hank.
I love Fran, and I want her. I always will, but just for her sake, I wish I could break it up somehow, get her away from this slimy crud that's...
It's as though he has her under some kind of spell. We both know he'll hurt her again, desert her, humble her. I think Fran herself knows it, but somehow she can't help herself.
What are you going to do, Doctor? Just let her go back to him? Leave it alone?
I can't stop Fran any more than you can, Hank. She's not a child. She's of age. Her life is in her own hands. I have no legal control.
If we only knew who he was.
Well, that won't be too hard to find out. I've thought of all kinds of things. Even though I'm not very rich, I could perhaps buy him off. I'm sure he has a price. But that wouldn't solve anything for Fran. She loves him. He's what she wants. He has only to crook his finger and she'll crawl to him. That's obvious enough after all she's gone through for him.
So what can we do?
You? Nothing. Go back and live your life.
Not quite. Without Fran.
Well, maybe it won't have to be without Fran. First, we have to clean this man out of her mind and her blood.
But you just said we couldn't.
One way. If he doesn't exist anymore, if he's dead.
Wait a minute. You can't seriously mean...
Oh, don't worry, son. Even if I had the means, a gun, a knife, a blunt weapon, I would have neither the strength nor the courage to use them, to say nothing of my lack of know-how. No. But I can wish him dead. Or worse. I might just have the power for that.
Doctor, are you all right? I don't understand you.
Of course you don't understand. And I am quite all right. This is something you will have to leave to me. To anyone who reads this, it might seem fantastic, but the rites I prepared are solemn and real to more people around you than you might believe. The ceremonies of dark magic are very real to those who perform them. In the attic, I had found among Fran's childhood dolls one in the image of a man. I turned my study into a chapel of the damned, burning sulfur and asafoetida. Then I recited from my book of ceremonial magic. O all ye ministers and companions, I direct, conjure, constrain, and command you to fulfill my bequest willingly and straightway, to accomplish the destruction of this man, unnamed, who has beset my daughter and most grievously harmed her by whatever means best suited.
It's great to be swinging with you again, baby.
Oh, I wasn't sure you'd want me back. I look so... I don't know.
You look great, kid. You're my old woman again. Sorry we got to ride the subway, but who's got bread for the hacks these days?
Oh, I don't mind where I am. Just so long as it's with you.
Yeah, stick with me, baby. You'll ride first class all the way. Not like these types. Look at them. Long gone. You and me are special, just waiting for the right break, the chosen, huh?
If you choose me.
I'll buy you all the way down the line, kid. Take a look. I mean, who is there who could walk into...
What is it, Hugh?
Yeah, halfway down the car there. Look, you see that guy?
No, which one?
Are you nuts? What do you mean, which one? How could you miss him? He's a carbon copy of me. He's even wearing the same jeans, the embroidered jacket.
No, I don't see anyone who...
Come on. Let's go. I gotta catch up with him.
Hugh, take it easy. I don't see anyone like you said.
He's disappeared. He's gone, but he's like my double. Come on, let's go upstairs.
I've got to get home, Hugh.
Look, this won't take a moment. Yeah, there he is. He's right at the top of the stairs, next to that fat dame.
No, there's no one there. She's all alone.
Are you out of your... He's gone again. But he was looking right at me. Who the devil do you suppose he was? What did he want?
Hello?
Fran?
Yes? Oh, it's you.
Shh. Listen, I gotta see you right away. I need help.
What's wrong?
I can't talk on the phone. Meet me on the campus, by the fountain. Something real crazy happened last night. I don't know who else to ask what to do. I was just turning in. I was reaching for the light to douse it when all of a sudden he was sitting right there, in the chair, facing me.
Who?
Him, the double, the guy we saw in the subway. I said, how the hell did you get in here? Who are you?
I am your Doppelganger.
My what?
Your double. Or if you want, your inheritor.
What does that mean?
It's time for you to wander like me. It's time for me to return and die as I should have.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A long time ago, so long you can't even begin to imagine, I sinned. And because of my sin, I was not allowed to die in peace, but condemned to wander in infinity until I found a body I could be laid to rest in. My time is almost here, and in you, I will find a home again.
I don't know what kind of a nut you are, Jack, but I'm going to kick your tail out of here so I can get some sleep.
That won't be necessary. Sleep for you is all I'm waiting for.
Huh?
When you are safely asleep, you are at my mercy. The moment your eyes close, your body will be mine, and your soul will be left to wander through the ages alone, waiting endlessly for peace and the blessing of eternal sleep.
Get out! Get away from me! You're nothing but a...
Nothing but a what, Hugh?
He's a ghost. I mean, I could see him, plain as I see you, but I could see through him, too, like a lamp in back of him, shining through his head. See, the pattern of the chair he was sitting in is as clear as a bell through him. I mean, he wasn't real. See, so I threw on some clothes. I ran out of the house. I spent the night walking. I was afraid to go to sleep, to bed. Fran, but nothing like this ever happened. Even on the wildest trip, I never blew so wild as this. What am I going to do?
Hugh, I think you should see my father.
Yeah. Oh, sure. That'd be great after everything. I'd be lucky if he didn't try to have me arrested.
He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know you were the one.
Yeah, but what could he do?
He's a psychologist. He could help you. Look, you were in one of his lecture courses. All you have to do is go up to him and say you have a problem. He'd help you.
Nah, the whole thing is crazy. I see some character on a subway and threads like me, I have a crazy dream. Right away, I blow my cool. Look, there's nothing the matter with me. Now, come on, let's cut out. I ain't even gonna see you home. I'm going back to bed and catch some shut-eye.
Oh, Hugh, listen to me.
Don't look at me that way. Don't you turn against me.
Do you think I could, after all that's happened?
Yeah. Right, you I could count on. Yeah. You're my woman no matter what I do to you, right?
I love you, Hugh.
And don't ever forget it, baby. Now, come on, blow. I gotta hit the sack. All right, back up, man. I got a knife. Get lost.
No, you are the lost one.
What are you talking? Who is it?
Your doppelganger, just waiting for you to get tired enough till your sleep is deep enough.
For what?
To take over your body, so that with it, I may bring myself to the peace of the grave.
What is this wraith that dogs Hugh's path? A figment of a diseased imagination? A figure of retribution created by a conscience weighted with guilt? Or is it some ghastly nemesis conjured from the supernatural, the world outside our comprehension, summoned up by Dr. Felix Brandt through the agency of the devil? I'll be back shortly with Act 3. That night, Hugh Prentice fled to his apartment as though the hounds of hell were at his heels. Locked in securely, with every light blazing, riding high on Benzedrine to keep awake, he paced the two small rooms like a caged tiger. And everywhere he turned, he faced the doppelganger, watching him silently, waiting patiently, a twisted smile of anticipated triumph on his face. At last he could stand it no longer and fled the apartment with the first light of morning, roaming the streets, afraid to turn his head, knowing his double still followed on his heels. At last, exhausted, he found a small restaurant open and sat there drinking coffee after coffee and watching the clock till 9 o'clock came. Then he crossed to the public phone to make a call.
Dr. Brandt speaking.
Dr. Brandt, this is Hugh Prentice. I'm a student of yours in a lecture series.
It's a large class. I don't place you for the moment.
Well, that doesn't matter. What does matter is, look, Doc, I'm in trouble. Can you help me?
Help you? How?
I can't. Not over the phone. It's like a matter of life and death. Help me?
Well, if you put it that way, of course. I'll try, Mr. Prentice, was it?
Yeah, Prentice. Hugh Prentice.
Very well. How soon can you be here?
Within 10 minutes.
Very well, I'll be waiting. I hung up with the strangest feeling. My comprehensive basic psychology course has a large attendance, some 100. The name meant nothing to me. No, that isn't right. I didn't recognize it, but what I did recognize was a stifling feeling rising in my gorge of implacable hatred for this Hugh Prentice. Why? The name filled me with revulsion. What connection could... And then suddenly... the pain struck again, sharper than ever. Now, where did... Come.
Morning, Felix. I just dropped by to... What is it, the pain?
Yes.
Where are your morphine tablets?
Drawer. Forgot this morning.
Wait a minute. I'll do better than that. Why must you be so pig-headed?
Don't want to establish the habit.
The habit will hurt you less than the pain right now. Here, let get one arm out of the coat there. That's better. Can you roll back your sleeve while I prepare the syringe?
Yes, hurry.
Just let me swab first. There. Now hold steady. Hold steady. So this will take hold in a minute.
Oh, they're getting worse, Jim, and more frequent.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't help any more than I can. The only treatment medicine has to offer you, Felix, is palliative.
I know. I also know I haven't got much longer. That's what worries me so about Fran and that guy, whoever he is. I don't want him to wreck the rest of her life. Oh, that'll be one of my students. Wants to see me about something.
I have to run anyway. I just wanted to tell you some good news. I got the tests back on Fran, and I was maybe a little hasty on my first diagnosis. With care, there's no reason she can't have a child again.
I don't know if that's good or bad, as long as that skunk is still alive, whoever he is.
I'll let your visitor in.
Oh, I was looking
for Dr. Brandt. You have the right office. I was only visiting.
Shut the door and come in. You're Mr. Prentice?
Yes, sir. That's right. Hugh Prentice.
Sit down. Now, suppose you tell me what's troubling you. Have you ever had any delusions like this before?
Not on your life.
Have you done anything recently that you're sorry for, ashamed of?
No. Like what?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
No. Why should I be ashamed of anything I do? Like I freewheeled, you know? I give what I get. That's all evens with me.
What does that mean?
Like it's a tough world, Doc. They're all against me, like most of them.
They? Who are they?
You know, people.
Are your mother and father still alive?
No. My old man took off before I was 5. And my ma, well, she horsed around like she had to live, make the bread for me, like anyone, I guess. She liked a good time.
What kind of a job did she have?
You kidding? Bringing home uncles for me. I must have had 100 or so uncles by the time I was 14. And then...
Then what?
Then she left me with an aunt. Some old dried-up stick. I shouldn't kick about her at that. When she died, she left me enough dough to go to college like now, and, Hey, look, what has this got to do with that goon who's tracking me?
I'm trying to get around to that. You don't like women very much, do you, Hugh?
I don't know what you're getting at.
You like to punish them because of what your mother did to you. Isn't that it?
Look, I don't have to have you push me around like them. All I came here for was to ask for help.
And I'm trying to give it to you.
Well, can you just get this whatever the hell it is, off my back?
I want to try, if you'll just help me.
Anything, Doc, anything. I got to get some sleep, and I'm afraid to.
You're quite safe here.
What's that thing?
It's a metronome. Some people use it to learn to keep time to music. I use it to calm people down. Now, just keep your eye on the needle as it swings back and forth, and try to relax and answer my questions as honestly as you can, and maybe together we can get to the root of what's wrong with you. Tell me your name again.
Hugh.
Hugh what?
Hugh Prentice.
Where were you born?
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
What was your father's name?
Frank.
And your mother's?
Mary.
I use hypnosis a lot in my work, but never more deliberately, and I'm ashamed to say, callously, than today. Because suddenly, from some deep recess of my being, An electric wave was sending its knowledge to my brain. A second sight was born, and I was suddenly sure who Hugh Prentice really was. Can you hear me, Hugh?
Yes.
You know a girl named Fran Brandt, don't you?
Sure. She's my chick.
You know she's my daughter?
Yeah.
And you made her pregnant?
She was careless.
You took her to someone to get rid of the child?
Sure. It's the way it is. No sweat.
Don't you know she loves you?
Man, like they're buses. Another one any minute. Yeah, sure. That's how chicks are.
Do you love her?
What's with all this love jive? I ain't tying myself down no way. It's like I told you, I've free will. Nobody gonna cut down my style. Keep trying. All the squares, all of them, but I'll show them. Anyone ties me down, I stomp on them good. Especially chicks like my mother. All sweet words and cut your throat the first chance they get. Only me, I'm too smart. I cut them down to size first. Don't you worry about old Hugh.
The morphine was wearing off already. I sat back in my chair watching the boy whose secrets I had bared. A schizophrenic, classic, already paranoid. Possibly he could be saved through analysis, chemotherapy, new treatments which are being reached every day. Treatments I would never live to see. Treatments he would never willingly seek, as he had sought me. Because out of the dark side of my studies and my learning, I had raised a doppelganger. Then for a moment, the pain hit me so wildly, so acutely, agonizingly, that I must have blacked out a moment because...
Don't bring him out of his hypnosis. He doesn't deserve to live.
I cannot condemn him to the death in limbo like you live.
Let me tell you something, old man. You are about to die. 2 doors face you. Open one, and you let the scourge out to destroy your daughter as well as himself. Open the other, and I take his body, and your daughter has her chance to live her life, her chance to find happiness instead of despair and degradation. Which will it be? Which will you choose? Choose, choose, choose.
Only in sleep can a doppelganger take possession of another body. Looking at the boy frozen in deep hypnosis across my desk, around him, was it my own pain? A shadowy figure hovered. I knew I could banish the shadow if I willed, but I had chosen my door. I rose and left the office to go home to my study. They buried Hugh Prentice, or his body, 2 days after he smashed into the rock wall at Highgate Turn, popularly known as Satan's Trap in our neighborhood. What soul possessed it? I will know very soon. I am about to die and leave this manuscript transcribed through those 2 days in exquisite pain for my daughter and Hank to read. I know it will bring them their own pain, but I hope it will bring them peace. And if I am condemned, too, for my sins, to wander as a doppelganger, I can only pray that what I have done may be worth it. and will have brought my daughter happiness.
This manuscript was read by Hank as executor of the estate. And in that position, he exercised a humane decision, perhaps beyond his powers. He did not let Fran read her father's letter. He buried it in a safe deposit vault until the time was ripe, long after they were married and had children of their own. I'll be back shortly. This story came to me through accidental channels, long after the principals were gone. I cannot vouch for the truth of it, any more than I suppose any of the principals involved could. It's a story, I suppose, of retribution, and at the same time, a frightening lesson to all of us who stretch the human relationship beyond normal demands. If we sin deep enough, in some form, in some way, I suppose there is a doppelganger who will vie with us for retribution. The only way to avoid that is to deny him the chance. Our cast included Howard Da Silva, Rosemary Rice, Tony Roberts, and Russell Horton. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. The administration of justice requires absolutely that certain men render judgment on other men. It seems to me that these judges can become so burdened by this responsibility that their lives become very nearly insupportable, provided they are men of conscience. And the man whose story we now bring you is indeed a man of conscience, and his life at this time well nigh insupportable.
For heaven's sake, Jack, keep your voice down. He'll hear you.
He knows how I feel.
Then why keep after him about it?
I'm warning him. Don't you understand that? Doesn't anybody understand that? Doesn't he?
I think you can leave it up to him to decide.
No, I can't. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't realize the man must die. The man has got to die.
Our mystery drama, The Man Must Die, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars William Prince and Christopher Tabori. It is sponsored in part by imported Vigna Rosé wine and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The Right Honorable Joseph Bailey is 50 years old, has a wife and a son, Jack, age 18. The judge is a man of both strength and sensitivity, a fine combination in anyone, but most especially in a man who holds and must exercise the power to dispose of the futures and sometimes the very lives of others. We first meet Judge Bailey at a time when his life has become almost insupportable.
And don't eat so fast, Joe. You know what it does to you.
I don't want any more coffee, Ellen.
Why not? What's the matter with it?
Nothing's the matter with it. I just don't want any more.
But you always have 2 cups.
Well, this morning I don't.
Oh. This is the day, isn't it?
This is the day.
I know you've been dreading it.
You can say that again.
Well, now, dear, don't you think that just because this is the day, you should start it off right? Now, relax and enjoy your breakfast and, well, maybe a good brisk walk to the courthouse.
I was planning on walking.
It's a lovely day. Joseph, don't eat so fast. Now, heaven.
I want to get started.
But it's early. You don't want to hang around down there, do you?
No. I don't want to hang around here either.
Why not? Oh, because of him.
Because of him.
I don't think he's even out of bed yet.
Oh, yes, he is. I heard him moving around.
Well, in that case... But I don't know what you're going to do with your time. Court doesn't begin until 10.
I'll get some coffee.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have you drink cheap coffee when you could be drinking mine.
I'll do some reading in my chambers.
You're too wrought up to do any reading, I can tell.
Well, I'll do something. Anything's better than being here when Jack comes downstairs. I simply cannot go through that one more time. I cannot.
Well, you'd better hurry. I think I hear him.
Where's my coat?
It's in the closet. Where else would it be?
Oh, yes.
Now, don't rude.
No, I won't.
You always do the right thing.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
Bye, dear. Now, take care.
Father! You talk to
I
him.
will.
Father! Sneaked off, didn't he?
Now, that's no way to talk about your father, Jack.
Didn't want to face me.
Come now, have your breakfast.
Didn't want to listen to me.
Your father has heard enough out of you, Jack. I shouldn't have to remind you that your father is quite capable of making his decisions without your help. He's done it on his own for a good many years.
This man's a murderer.
I know that, and your father knows that. It's not the first murder trial your father's presided over.
What's he decided? Is it going to be death or the penitentiary?
Well, I have no idea what he's decided. I don't even know that he has decided. He may very well be thinking it over. That's probably what he's doing right now.
But he must have given you some idea which way he's leaning.
Eat your eggs, Jack, before they get cold.
Hasn't he?
No.
I don't believe you.
I don't like to be talked to that way, Jack. Now eat your eggs.
You mean he hasn't said anything to you about an important case like this?
Well, your father never discusses any of his cases with me, important or unimportant, until they're disposed of.
But this case, a man murdering his father.
All I know about it is what I've read in the papers. And the man wasn't his father. He was his adoptive father.
Same thing.
It's not even clear that the man adopted him. He took him from the orphanage at age 14 and put him to work on his farm as he had done with 3 other boys before and did with 2 more after.
Well, yes, but he raised them, gave them a home, and...
Yes, and he never had to pay a cent to a hired hand. You ever think of that part of it?
Are you trying to say it was all right to bash his head in with a shovel just because he made his kids do a little work?
Of course I'm not saying that it was all right.
You're on his side, aren't you?
Whose side, for heaven's sake?
Father's side.
Your father isn't on any side.
You think the murderer should get away with it?
Jack, now, I refuse to discuss this with you. I absolutely refuse. I don't blame your father for running out of the house.
Well, that's what he did, isn't it? Ran out.
Because he didn't want to listen to another one of your harangues, and I don't want to hear another one either. Now, this is your father's decision. It is part of his job. And it's not a very pleasant part either. So, well, I'll thank you to leave it to him and not to butt in. Now, if you don't want those eggs, hand them over to me. I'll eat them myself.
Take them. I don't want them.
Well, pour yourself some coffee at least.
No, I don't want any.
Where are you going?
Well, first I'm going to get dressed, and then I'm going down to that courthouse.
Jack, don't do that.
I want to hear this decision.
You leave your father alone.
I'm not going near him. How could I? He's unapproachable. How could I do anything to him? He's untouchable. He's the judge. The final word belongs to him.
That's right. And that's as it should be.
I just want to be there to hear him pronounce that final word.
But why, Jack? Why? Why do you care so much?
Because, Mother, this man, this murderer, has got to die. Can't you get that through your head? He has got to die.
Show your passes, please.
I'm Jack Belly.
See it pass, please.
I'm Jack Bailey. Judge Bailey is my father?
Oh, you're the judge's son.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Well, in that case,
I'll
have
just go in.
special instructions. You're not to be admitted. He doesn't want you in the courtroom. He left particular instructions to that effect.
Left instructions with who?
With me personally, sir.
Did he say why?
Didn't say and didn't inquire. In this building, a judge's word is law.
Mother,
For heaven's sake, what is it?
he barred me from the courtroom. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Do you know he was going to do that?
No.
He had no right.
Oh, he had every right. It's his courtroom.
What was he afraid of?
Well, you know perfectly well what he was afraid of, that you'd make a scene. And probably you would have the state you've been in.
I feel very strongly about this. That man should be punished for taking a life.
He will be.
He should give his own life in exchange for the life he took.
Well, you know what the Supreme Court said about
I
that.
don't care what the Supreme Court said. 20 states permit capital punishment, and ours is one of them.
20 states are trying to get around the Supreme Court decision. Now, it remains to be seen.
The very least Father could have done is go on record that he's against the Supreme Court and for the state law.
Well, maybe he will.
He better.
Well, you'd better watch how you talk about your father. And watch your attitude toward him, too.
When will he be home?
I don't know. He didn't say.
The sentence will be in the afternoon paper.
Yes, I imagine so.
What time does that come out?
About noon, something like that.
It's almost 11:30. I'm going out to buy one.
Oh, Jack, for heaven's sake, it's not out yet. Not for half an hour at least. Now, darling, sit down, cool off.
I can't.
Why in the world is this case so important to you? I can't for the life of me figure it out.
Don't you understand? The whole mess we're in, the whole mess the world is in, you did it.
Me? I did it?
No, not you personally. Your generation.
Oh.
The generation of permissiveness. Bleeding hearts, understanding, tolerance, all that bilge. You swallowed it whole. You poisoned the world with all that compassion stuff. You raised me on it.
I never saw anything wrong with the way we raised you.
When I flunked out of college, you sent me to Paris, to art school.
Didn't you like Paris or art school?
Of course I liked it. That's not the point.
Well, what is the point?
I wasn't supposed to flunk out of school.
No, but you did. What were we supposed to do about it?
You weren't supposed to let me get away with it.
But you'd already gotten away with it. You're back in school now. I don't see that any harm was done.
That's not the point. It's the principle of the thing. Nobody is supposed to get away with anything.
Oh, Jack. Oh, I'd hate to have that principle applied to everything I've done.
I'm going out to see if that afternoon paper's on the stand.
It isn't.
Well, if it isn't, I'll go back to the courthouse. Somebody down there ought to be able to tell me what happened.
Now, Jack? Oh.
Jack, you came home.
May I come in?
Yes, sure.
Well, you want to know what the sentence was?
Of course I want to know.
20 years to life.
You didn't...
I didn't sentence him to death. No, I didn't. Now I'm going upstairs and lie down.
Wait a minute. Wait one little minute.
Jack, please.
You can spare me a minute, can't you?
I suppose I can.
How do you justify what you did?
You mean not sending the man to be killed?
He can get out of jail in 20 years, you know.
If he behaves himself, I know.
He can get out and kill somebody else?
But I don't think he will.
You don't think? You're willing to take a chance because you don't think he will?
Well, what else can I go on but my own judgment?
How do you know he won't kill somebody?
I don't. Any more than I know I won't. Or you won't. Or anybody else won't. Except possibly your mother, and I can't give you any guarantee about her if it comes to that. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like...
You've done a terrible thing.
I don't think so.
And you're going to regret it.
I hope not.
Well, you will. You'll see. When you're responsible for another murder, you're going to be very, very sorry for what you've done.
Jack, please.
If he kills somebody else, you'll be responsible. You'll be the murderer yourself. You know that, don't you?
Jack, stop it. It's all been decided. It's over. Now, there's nothing more to be said or done.
Nothing more to be said or done.
That's right.
Nothing more to be said. Nothing more to be done.
Nothing, dear. So...
We'll see. We'll just wait and see about that.
Arguments between parents and their children are nothing new. Actually, they dominate the years the children are growing up. It is not until the child has left the parent's home and has his own home, produced his own children, that the passion subsides and the arguments turn into discussions. And even then, there smolders beneath the acquired courtesy and the polished tact the ancient hostilities and the basic antagonisms of the earlier years. I'll be back shortly with Act Two. Nearly a month has passed since Judge Joseph Bailey sentenced a confessed murderer to 20 years to life. A month since his son Jack denounced him as worse than irresponsible for not having sent the murderer to his death. Since his wife Helen said to their son, "There's nothing more to be said, nothing more to be done." A month since the boy replied, "Wait and see." Since that day, an unidentifiable mood has permeated the Bailey home. A mood which neither mother, nor father, nor son can break.
You need more butter.
Oh, I can make this do.
No, muffins need plenty of butter.
Helen, why doesn't Jack come down for breakfast anymore?
Oh, really? It's up to him, Joseph. We can't make him.
A month ago, I was avoiding him, and now he's avoiding me.
Well, ever since the sentencing of that man.
He's been different. Don't bother to deny it. He's been completely different.
I wasn't going to deny it, though maybe I wouldn't say completely. He's been different.
I thought by now...
I thought so, too.
I'll be in my study if you want me. I have some briefs to go over. Probably take all morning.
Well, I won't want you because I'm finally going to put up those peaches that I bought a week ago, or they'll go bad.
I'll see you around lunchtime.
Yes, dear.
Mother!
Oh! Jack, you startled me.
Sorry.
My hands full of dishes and everything. Don't you sneak up on me when I have my hands full of dishes. Don't ever do that again.
Okay, I won't ever do that again.
And pour yourself some coffee, dear. Oh, and there's muffins, but you'll need butter. I'll bring it.
Mother, sit down a minute.
I want to clear the table.
I want to tell you something. Oh, come on. Put the dishes down.
Oh, dear. Well, all right. What is it?
I've made up my mind about something.
Oh, what's that?
I'm going to see that man.
What man?
That murderer. You know which one.
That man is in jail.
Well, of course he's in jail. Father put him there.
Why do you want to see him?
I want to ask him a few things.
Like what?
Oh, how he feels, walking around alive after he's killed a man, eating and sleeping and enjoying life.
I rather doubt that he's enjoying life.
Well, he's living, isn't he? And the man he killed isn't.
Jack, you realize, don't you, that this man has gotten to be an obsession with you?
Oh, no, it's not the man. It's the fact that he's alive. I want to know if he's feeling any remorse for what he did, if he regrets it, if he feels any sense of guilt at all.
I think you can take it for granted that he feels all those things.
Oh, but how do I know? For sure, unless I ask him.
I'm sure your father won't approve.
I can't help that.
Well, when are you planning to go to see this man?
I thought, now.
Today?
This morning.
Oh, Jack, you've got to think about it.
I've thought about it for weeks.
Jack, please, now, please, don't rush into this. Please, talk to your father or somebody. Don't just go tearing off.
Sorry. I'll be back sometime.
What makes you think they'll even let you in?
Why, I'm the son of the Right Honorable Joseph Bailey. That ought to get me in anywhere, don't you think? Except, of course, into his precious courtroom.
Jack, wait. Let me ask him.
Sorry.
Jack! Oh. Joseph?
Yes, Helen?
I had to disturb you, dear.
Oh, that's all right.
Darling, Jack came downstairs right after you came in here.
Well, didn't I just hear him
Yes,
go out?
and that's why I had to disturb you. You'll never guess where he's gone. He's gone to see that man. You know, the murderer. He's gone down to the jail to talk to him.
Talk to him? About what?
About his feelings, he said. Whether he feels sorry that he did what he did, whether he feels remorse or guilt, all that. Joseph, I tried to stop him, but I really didn't quite realize till the very last minute that he actually meant it. That he meant to go now. He hardly listened to me, and before I knew it, he was out the door.
Don't worry about it, Ellen. They won't let him in.
They won't? Oh, I wondered about that.
Well, of course they won't.
He seemed to think that being your son, all he had to do was mention your name.
I don't think my name impresses the warden too much.
Oh.
Not in his own bailiwick where he makes the rules.
Well, it's a relief. Another thing that worried me, I didn't think if they did let him in, that the man would be too happy to talk to him. Not if he knew how Jack felt about his being put away instead of being executed.
He might refuse to see him, but I don't think he'd hurt him.
Well, if the warden won't let him in...
He won't.
Well, then I'll let you go back to your reading. And I'll get started on my peaches.
You call me for lunch.
I shall. And a half pint of brandy. Oh, it seems like a lot of brandy. Oh, well.
Mother.
Oh, Jack. You've done it again.
Done what?
Snuck up on me with my hands full. Do you realize I almost dropped a whole cup of your father's best brandy?
Oh, sorry.
I'm making those brandied peaches. Jack, what's the matter? You look pale.
Do I?
Very pale. You look worn out. What is it?
I saw him.
You saw... Whom did you see?
You know, the murderer.
You mean you went to the jail?
I told you I was going.
But they let you in to see him?
There was nothing to it. I walked right into his cell, and I talked to him. And then they let me out, and I came home.
It was that easy?
Of course, nothing to it.
What did you talk to him about?
What I told you. I asked him how he felt.
And what did he say about how he felt?
He said he felt fine.
He felt fine?
He didn't feel guilty or remorseful or anything. He said the killing was the only thing in his life he felt good about.
Oh, he couldn't have meant that.
Oh, yes, he did. You should have heard him. He said it was his first manly act. That's what he called it. Manly.
Well, it hardly seems possible.
He said he'd never felt so much like himself. In fact, he said it was the only time he'd felt like himself. His true self, he said.
That's very strange. That's a strange way to talk.
He's about my age. A little older, maybe a year or two. He's got brown eyes and brown hair. And he sat there looking at me right in the eye and telling me that the murder was the crowning achievement of his life.
He didn't mean it.
If you heard him, you wouldn't say that. Oh, yes. He meant it all right. He really meant it.
He upset you, didn't he?
It wasn't exactly what I'd hoped he'd say.
Why don't you go upstairs and lie down for a bit? I'll call you when lunch is ready.
I think I'll do that. Yes, I think I'll do that. Call me for lunch.
I will. Now, get a little rest. You hear me?
Yes, I hear.
Joseph, it's me. I have to talk to you.
Come in, dear.
Joe, they let him in. They let him in. The warden let Jack in to see that man.
He did. Well, I must say I'm very surprised and not at all pleased.
Joe, that's not the worst of it. It's what the man said to Jack.
What did he say?
Why, incredible things. He said that the killing was the only manly act of his life, the only thing he ever felt good about, his crowning achievement.
My word.
Joe, he said it was his first manly act.
Perhaps for him it was.
But, Joe, how can you talk like that?
Well, I didn't say I considered it a manly act. I said it's quite possible that he did.
Well, I wish that he hadn't chosen it to say to our son. Jack said that he showed no remorse whatsoever. Can you imagine?
Why should he show remorse if he didn't feel any?
Oh, well, I simply don't understand you at all. I really don't.
Well, he was very badly treated by the man he killed.
And that's an excuse for murder? I declare I'm beginning to see Jack's point. You should have sentenced him to death if that's his attitude. Why, if everybody felt that way, if everybody spent his life getting even with everybody who was unkind to him...
Not everybody, Helen.
Well, all I know is that Jack is very upset. He came home as though he'd been rocked to his very soul. He was not himself at all.
Where is he now?
Well, I told him to go upstairs and then lie down for a while, and he said he thought he would. Joe, don't be unkind to him. Please.
I won't be unkind.
I know that you've been terribly annoyed with him these past few weeks, keeping after you all the time about the trial, about the sentence, but...
At the moment, I'm a lot more annoyed with the warden at the prison for letting Jack talk to that man. I can't imagine what he was thinking of. Look, you go back to your kitchen. I'm going to call the warden and chew him out a little.
All right. And don't forget, when Jack comes downstairs, be kind to him.
Don't worry, I'll be kind.
Good.
Come in. Oh, Jack. Come in.
You're busy.
Oh, no, not at all. I was going to make a phone call, but that can wait. Sit down, son.
I think I'd rather stand up, if you don't mind.
Your mother just told me that you went to the jail.
Yes, to see the man.
And they let you see him?
Of course. I walked right in.
Oh, come now. It's not that easy to see any prisoner, let alone a convicted murderer.
Well, it was for me.
I can't really say that I approve of your going there in the first place. And in the second place, I very strongly disapprove of the warden letting you in. And I'm very unhappy about what the man said to you.
Mother told you?
Yes.
I was going to tell you myself, because I wanted you to see what you've done.
What I've done?
You let a murderer live. If he kills somebody else, it'll be your fault. You turned him loose.
Now, Jack, I didn't turn him loose. The phone.
Now let it ring.
What?
Never mind about the phone. Mother'll answer it in the kitchen.
I suppose she will.
You and I have got something more important to take care of.
Now, Jack, that's not a gun you have there, is it?
It's a gun, all right.
Well, put it down. For heaven's sake.
I told you a month ago what a terrible thing you were doing. And you went ahead and did it.
Jack?
Joseph, the telephone's for
Helen,
you.
be careful.
What is it? Are you all right?
I'm all right.
Jack! Jack! Oh, my Lord, Jack!
I told you. Didn't I tell you?
Joseph! Joseph, has he gone mad? Joseph, has our son gone mad?
What is madness? When does the moment arrive when it is wholly evident? Who is to call it madness? And who is to call it revelation? How long may it last? And can it ever go away? Does it hide? Or is it imprisoned? Or is it disguised in a million minor ways? Till the day when it springs into full view. And when it appears, who is to recognize it and call it madness? I'll be back shortly
with Act 3.
It's a great mistake to think of all young people as radical and all their parents as conservative. The story we are presenting here concerns a judge who chose to spare the life of an acknowledged murderer and his son who passionately asserted that the man should be put to death. So passionate was his conviction that he was driven to threatening his father with a gun. And a few moments ago, we heard shots from the gun held by the judge's son.
Warden Keys, yes? Who? Judge Bailey? What? Yes, ask him to come right in. Oh, what on earth do you propose? Oh, come in, Judge. Come on in.
Thank you, Warden.
Will you have a chair?
Thank you. I should have phoned you before barging in like this, but...
Oh, there's no harm
Warden
done.
Keys, why, in the name of common sense, did you let my son see that man?
Now, wait a minute, Judge Bailey.
At least you could have called and asked me.
Well, I did call you.
You certainly did not.
I did, and your wife answered the phone. She told me you were working in your study, and she didn't want to disturb you.
What in the world was the idea of letting
I
him...
didn't. Jack never saw the man.
He didn't?
No. He seemed very disturbed when he showed up here. Not normal at all. And he couldn't give me any logical reason why he should be allowed to talk to the man, so of course I didn't give my permission.
No one else could have let him...
No. My word is law here, Judge.
Well, I owe you an apology, Warden Keys.
Well, not at all. It's perfectly all right. But, what made you think that Jack did talk to the man? Did he say he had?
Well, he told his mother some story. She told me. I should have checked right away instead of... Well, no matter now. I do apologize, Warden.
You know, Judge Bailey, I might have let him in just because he's your son. I say might have. Except that he was so overwrought. Plus the fact that he had a gun. It was in his pocket, very poorly concealed. We spotted it the minute he walked in. Your son doesn't know too much about guns, I take it.
I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah, they're easy enough to pick up, unfortunately. Of course, I asked him what he planned to do with it.
What did he say?
Told me it was none of my business, and then he ran out of here. That was when I called you and talked to your wife, and, well, as I told you.
Yes.
And I did call back several times, but we always got a busy signal. I suppose your wife must have left the phone off the hook.
Yes, she must have.
I figured something happened, and she just forgot.
Yeah, that's right. Something happened. She forgot. Warden Keys, I'm going to ask a favor of you, a great favor. If you feel you can't grant it, please say so, and I'll understand.
Oh, anything I can do, Judge Bailey, I will do.
I want to talk to this man.
Well, now, wait a minute.
I know I shouldn't ask, and I wouldn't, except that, well, it's terribly important to me. I don't ask to see him for more than, 5 minutes, perhaps. It shouldn't take more than that.
And I don't know,
It's more important to me than I can possibly explain, Warden. I wish I could explain, but at the moment I can't. Perhaps one day, I don't know.
5 minutes.
Not a second longer.
All right, where would you like to talk to him?
Oh, any place at all. In his cell. Look, if you're afraid he'll do me some harm... Oh, is that it? You're afraid he might attack me?
Oh, no. Seeing as you're the man who spared his life,
well,
I don't...
Even so, if you think she's dangerous, I'm willing to chance that. I mean, it's that important to me.
I don't consider him dangerous at all. I think this murder is probably the only crime he'll ever commit.
You mean that?
Sure, it was a crime of passion, pure and simple. I think he'll make trustee within a year.
Really?
Most of our trustees are murderers. Didn't you know that?
I never really thought about it.
Oh, not the professional killers or the psychotic ones, but the one-time murderers, where the stress and strain of their particular situation simply overwhelmed them, where the buried hostility suddenly surfaced. And as a rule, just as suddenly subsided, never to surface again.
It's interesting.
Well, now, how would you like to see this man right here in my office?
Could I?
5 minutes?
Have my word.
Okay. You know, I'd like to know sometime what you think of him. Personally, I like him. You stay right here. I'll have him brought in.
You know who I am?
Oh, I should, don't you think?
Oh, yes, that was a silly thing to say. Look, we only have 5 minutes. I promised the warden. So if you don't mind, I'd like to come straight to the point.
Yes, sure, okay.
I have a son, about your age. He didn't agree with the 20 to life I gave you. He thought you should have been given the death penalty.
Oh, really?
His name is Jack. Jack grew really exercised about it as the trial went on. Very, very vehement. Got so I avoided speaking to him for fear he'd bring it up. I didn't want to argue with him, and I didn't want him to take the chance of his influencing me in the slightest.
I guess you've earned your reputation. I mean, like, you really are a good
I
judge.
actually barred him from the courtroom on the day I handed down my decision. And that made him even more agitated, more hostile. And then came the day, you'd been locked up here about a month, I guess, when he told his mother that he was going to come here to see you.
Yeah, what for?
I don't know precisely. To see how you were reacting to the crime, I guess.
But he never saw me.
So the warden just told me. But Jack came home and told his mother that he had seen you. And that you were cool as a cucumber about the whole thing.
Not quite.
That you'd never felt so much like a man as when you killed your father. That it's the only thing you ever felt good about. Where could he have gotten such an idea?
Oh, I couldn't say for sure, but maybe because that's exactly the way I do feel about it.
You mean that?
Yeah, sure.
No remorse? None at all?
Well, I'd rather not be here, of course, and I know I shouldn't have taken a man's life, but like deep inside, deep when I really care to look at the moment, I know that my whole life had been like leading up to the killing. And it wasn't even that killing, the killing of that man, I mean. It was the killing of my own father.
You don't mean you actually...
No, I didn't kill my own father, though I wanted to. I couldn't do it because I was only 4 years old when he took me to the orphanage and left me there. He never said he was coming back for me, but I always believed he would. I went on believing for a long time.
And when this other man took you out of the orphanage...
Oh, I pretended to myself that my father had come for me. Of course, the pretense didn't work. Pretenses never do.
I'm going to tell you something that I'd rather you didn't repeat to anyone.
Okay.
I have your word.
Yeah, sure, if you need it, you got it.
The warden wouldn't let Jack see you because, well, I guess it's against regulations, but besides that, Jack had a gun on him. He came home after the warden had turned him down, and he came into my study where I was working, and he reproached me again for letting you live. And he fired a shot at me. His mother came into the room at that moment to tell me about a phone call, and he turned the gun on himself.
Oh, no.
Mind you, no one knows about this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it'll come out, won't it? How he died.
He isn't dead. He's wounded. He's in the hospital. But he'll live. Now, can you tell me why he should have done such a thing? I mean, I realize you can't possibly know. Not really, but I'd like your opinion.
Me? Okay, all right. For what it's worth. I think that, brooding about me, what I'd done, your son read my feelings accurately. Now, whether this was thought transference or telepathy or whatever, I don't know too much about those things. But he discovered that this desire to kill the father is a universal wish.
But I always thought my son loves me.
Oh, he does. I'm sure he does. But that doesn't alter the other feeling, now, does it? I mean, it could keep it from, like, surfacing, but it doesn't really alter it. Nothing does. Nothing can.
It's hard for me to accept the fact that my son tried to kill me.
Oh, but he didn't, don't you see? You mustn't think that. He was standing right close to you, wasn't he, when he fired the shots?
Well, about 6 feet away.
Right, yeah, and you weren't moving, were you? You weren't trying to stop him?
Well, I was too astonished and perhaps too afraid.
So you were a perfect target, weren't you?
Well, I suppose. Yes, I was.
And yet he missed you. He missed completely, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, Judge, anyone who could miss a stationary target at 6 feet, he just didn't want to hit it. So he only succeeded in wounding himself. Am I right?
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. For all you said.
No. Thank you, sir. For my life.
Hello, son. How are you?
Coming along okay, I guess.
That's what the doctors tell me.
Father, lying here thinking, trying to think, I can't understand how it all happened.
It's all right.
I was out of my mind. That's the only way I can figure it. Don't you think so?
I think something like that.
It won't ever happen again.
Oh, Jack. When you went to see the man in jail, the murderer, why'd you take a gun with you?
Oh, yes, the gun.
Did you mean to kill him with it?
Oh, no. No.
Did you think you'd do what I hadn't done? Take his life?
No. You see, I thought he'd be so remorseful. I thought he'd be eaten up with remorse and guilt and sorrow for what he'd done. I thought he wouldn't want to live. So I thought I'd just hand him the gun and he'd do the rest.
By that, you mean...
I thought he'd kill himself. But I never got to see him. Did I?
No.
Funny. I thought that for a while. I did see him. And we talked a little bit. And he was so arrogant. And he wasn't sorry at all. It was very clear to me at the time. Now I'm not so sure.
Rest, son. It'll all come clear one day soon.
Thou shalt not kill. This simple, terse statement is in the book of Exodus. It is not followed by the word except, or the word unless, or any qualifying phrase. No, it reads plainly, thou shalt not kill. We might ask why the Lord thought it necessary to deliver this stern injunction. Can it be for any other reason but that the impulse to kill lies fermenting silently in every human heart? I'll be back shortly. Dear listeners, I hope we have not saddened you with our account of the darker side of man's nature. If we have, let me leave you with these lovely words from the book of Psalms. Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Our cast included William Prince, Augusta Dabney, Christopher Tabori, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Contact, the 12-hour cold capsule, and Uncle Ben's Long Grain and Wild Rice.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Are you familiar with the old expression, when they made you, they threw away the mold? Or, there's nobody else like you in the whole world? What is it inside every human being that makes him or her unique, one of a kind?
What kind of a doctor are you? What kind of a place is this? Why won't anyone believe me?
Now, Susan, this is the last time I'm going to ask you. Calm yourself.
Calm myself? How many times do I have to tell you I'm not Susan?
That's enough. Take her back to her
I'm not
room.
Susan. It's all a mistake.
Susan, stop it.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm Anita. I'm Anita.
You'll feel better tomorrow.
Leave me, please. I'm not Susan. I'm not Susan.
Our mystery drama, The Deadly Double, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Vicki Dan and stars Marion Seldes. Her name is Anita Gregory, and she leads a quiet life, an almost solitary life, except for a single casual friendship. It isn't that she likes being alone. She has her painting to keep her occupied and a considerable sum of money in the bank to ensure her independence. It's just that she prefers a peaceful existence. For there are certain things that happened long ago that she would prefer to forget. She has no way of knowing, however, that tonight those certain things are about to intrude unexpectedly from the past and totally disrupt the serenity of the present.
Look, Anita, there's this great old flick on Channel 9.
I don't care, Max. Now, why don't you go home?
Well, it's not even 1 o'clock.
Not even 1 o'clock. Max, I want to go to sleep.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you. You're using me as an excuse.
What are you talking about?
You haven't written so much as a sentence in the past month.
Anita, I've explained that to you. There comes a time in every writer's creative life when he reaches an impasse, what you might call a writer's block.
Get off it, Max. You like the idea of being a writer, but deep inside, you are basically a bum.
Huh?
I'm your friend, so I can tell you. Why do you delude yourself?
Well, I need fresh ideas. Need fresh ideas to rejuvenate me.
Good night, Max.
It's not like you and your painting. All you have to do is look out the window at some tree, and you're inspired.
My pictures are good, Max, because I don't sit around waiting to be inspired. I paint what I see, a face, a tree in the wind, a leaf.
Anita, you don't understand.
Who would call this late? Hello? What? But how? Now? Well, Yes, where? Yes. All right. Yes, I promise.
Anita, you okay? Who was that?
I can't believe it.
Who was that on the phone?
My sister.
Your sister?
Susan.
Susan, the nut?
Oh, don't call her that. She's just disturbed.
Well, she's in an institution, isn't she?
It's a rest home, Max. How many times do I have to tell you? It's a rest home.
Well, call it what you want. You're the one who pays the bill. Hey, you really look shook up. What's the matter?
I haven't seen Susan. It's been 5 years. And now she...
What?
She's out.
She's out? When'd they release her?
They didn't.
They didn't? Wait a minute. You mean she escaped?
She left.
I'll call the police.
No, don't do that.
What?
No police. No, there can't be anybody else. I know where she is, and I'll take care of this in my own way.
Anita, I don't want to be difficult, but you're the one who signed the commitment papers. You're the one who had her declared insane.
I never even went up there to Westbrook. I couldn't. But 5 years is a long time. People change.
Anita.
A lot of things can happen in 5 years. She said she was trying to get in touch with me for a long time. They wouldn't let her write or phone or anything.
Anita, where are you going?
Lock the door when you leave, Max.
Let me come with you?
No, I have to go alone. It'll be all right. I know what I'm doing.
Call me when you get back?
Sure.
I'll be waiting up for you. Remember, I'm just down the hall.
I've got to go.
Anita.
What?
I hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. She said there'd be a phone booth. God, where is she? Susan? Susan? It's me, Anita. Where are you? Susan? Is that you? Who's there? Susan, is that you? Oh. Yes, Anita, it's me. Susan. Thanks for being stupid enough to come.
Miss? Taking a nap, miss?
Hmm? What? Where am I?
Well, you're a mile off Highway 25 at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, she must have knocked me off. Oh, where's my car?
Huh? What car? Say, you better get into my car. You must be freezing in that thin dress.
Dress? Could have sworn I was wearing... She did it. She changed clothes with me on top of everything.
What are you talking about, miss?
My sister. She took my car, my wallet. She even changed into... Wait, are you a policeman?
No, we don't have policemen here, miss. I'm the sheriff. My name's Tom Wiley.
Oh, I'm Anita Gregory.
Well, pleased to meet you, Miss Gregory. Well, now, why don't you get in my car before you get pneumonia?
Are you taking me down to the station or whatever it is that you call it around here?
Well, actually, we call it the sheriff's office.
Well, I don't mean to inconvenience you or anything.
Oh, no, it's my job. Now, suppose you start all over again and tell me exactly what happened. Now, you say Susan is your sister?
Twin sister.
Oh, twin sister. Miss Gregory, I still don't understand how you could agree to meet her on a deserted highway. Didn't you know she was dangerous?
No. Well, I wasn't sure.
You weren't sure?
Well, you see, she sounded so upset. And I was so surprised to hear from her in the first place. It's been 5 years. Well, how did I know if she'd gotten better or not?
Now, Miss Gregory, don't
Call
you
me
think that...
Anita. I hate Miss Gregory. That sounds so hard.
No, I never liked formality myself.
Wait a minute. This doesn't look like a sheriff's... That sign says Westbrook. Why are we stopping here?
Hey, Doc.
Sheriff, where'd you find her?
Well, you know where that phone booth is off exit 11? Well, she was practically lying in the road. Lucky I came by when I did.
Susan, you might have gotten killed.
My name is Anita Gregory. I don't think we've met. And I don't see why it's any of your business.
Susan, do you realize that because of your little escapade, everybody's been up half the night trying to find you?
Wait a minute. I don't think you heard me. I'm not...
I heard what you said. Eric, take Susan Gregory back to her room.
Sheriff!
I'm sorry, but I had to bring you back.
Bring me back?
We really appreciate it, Sheriff. Thank you.
Back? This is all a mistake.
I think you need a sedative.
What? Who do you think you are?
That's not our problem. The problem is, who do you think you are, Susan?
You think that I'm Susan?
Eric?
And you, Sheriff? You brought me here deliberately. You don't believe me either. That whole time in the car you were playing along with me. All the time thinking I'm somebody else.
Well, I'm sorry, but you might have gotten hurt.
This is insane. It isn't really happening. Tomorrow I'll wake up and... Let go of me.
Take her to her room, Eric. Restrain her if necessary.
Doctor, please, this is all a mistake. It's a horrible mistake. If I'm here, then Susan is out there somewhere. Miles away now in my car.
Susan, you must
Wait a
stop.
minute. No, look. Find her before she hurts somebody, please. Sheriff, listen. Listen to me. My name is Anita Gregory. I live at 420 Oakleaf Terrace. Look, if you don't believe me, ask Max. That's right, Max knows. He was there when Susan called. Max will tell you. Please believe me, please.
Yeah, that poor girl. It's really a shame about people like her. In the car, she seemed so normal.
She's schizoid. Thinks she's two people.
You mean this Anita character?
That's the sad part. She does have a sister Anita, who put her here.
There is a sister?
That's right. Twin sister. As a matter of fact, I think that's part of the reason she has such a serious identity problem.
Twin? Is it remotely possible that the girl I brought back is the other sister?
Sheriff, you're not serious.
Well, I know I'm no psychiatrist, but looking back on it, she didn't seem that crazy to me.
That girl was Susan. She couldn't fool me for a minute.
A perfect example of being in the wrong place at the right time. As far as Dr. Cooper is concerned, Susan is back where she can't harm anybody. As far as Sheriff Wiley is concerned, he has just apprehended a dangerous lunatic. But what about Anita? She is about to discover that while it is relatively easy to prove a person is insane, it is quite a different matter to prove that a person is sane. I'll be back in a moment with Act 2. By all physical appearances, Anita Gregory is identical to her sister Susan. Same eyes, same hair, same voice, but the similarity ends there, because no two minds can ever be the same. It is merely logical that Dr. Cooper will presently recognize her for what she really is. Or is it?
Good morning, Susan. How do you feel?
What? Oh, is it morning?
Yes, morning, more or less. It's 11:30, but you had a rather late night.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought I'd dreamt all this. Oh.
No, Susan. And that's why after last night we must make an even more determined effort to face reality.
Call me Susan once more and I'm going to scream.
Good, go right ahead. It's good therapy. Let out all your hostilities.
Isn't it at all conceivable to you that being identical twins, Susan and I might have changed places?
Well, yes, there is that possibility.
Good. We're getting somewhere. Now, what about a phone call?
I'm afraid that's out of the question.
We could clear this matter up entirely with a single phone call.
Oh, you know the rules about phone calls. Besides, after last night's escapade, you've had all privileges suspended.
Doctor, when I get out of here, I'll make sure you never practice again.
Oh, that's excellent. Redirected hostility.
I must be calm. I must maintain my cool. Doctor, explain to me about my case.
You know all about your case.
Please, humor me.
Yeah, very well. Your name is Susan Gregory. 5 years ago, following a series of incidents where you repeatedly attempted to kill your sister, Anita, you were declared legally insane.
Now, those incidents, couldn't they have been merely frustration or anger of the moment?
Unfortunately, no. You see, it's been inside you since you were a child. No matter what you did, your sister did it better. The years went on, and you watched as Anita became a successful artist. You grew more and more resentful. Your jealousy became an obsession. Even now, you're often jealous enough to try to be her. In this way, you can have what she's always had.
All right. Now, taking this a step further. Just pretend now, that the real Susan Gregory is out there, living in Anita's apartment and driving her car, pretending to be her. How long do you suppose she'll be able to carry it off before she gets caught?
Not very long, of course. Little things, traits unique to Anita would be missing. Close friends notice these things. That is, if Anita has any close friends.
Oh, she has?
We'll discuss it all later. It's time for your treatment.
What kind of treatment?
Eric is waiting outside to take you to Therapy 3.
I asked you, what kind of treatment?
Eric, would you take her, please? I'll be down in a few minutes.
Look, I'm not stupid. I took psychology in college. I know a little bit about behavior modification and the things they do in places like this. Now, what is it? Is it electric shock therapy?
No, I don't know why you're so upset. You'll feel much better. You always do afterwards.
It is. Now, listen. Staying here for a few days is one thing. Now, I've tried discussing the whole thing rationally with you, and what happens? You aren't going to give me any shock treatment.
Eric?
You call yourself a doctor. You're a charlatan. You're a quack.
Now, you see, Susan, it's just a matter of time before your true nature comes through. You're hysterical.
Just wait till I get out of here. I'm going to sue you. I'll sue this hospital. I'll sue everybody. Sister Anita, you've done all right for yourself. This is a nice little apartment. I think I'm going to like it here. Mustn't get excited. I can pull this off. Just remember, I'm Anita now. Yes?
Well, aren't you going to let me in? Look, don't be mad. I can explain why I didn't wait up for you. I fell asleep. I just went out like a light the minute I hit the couch. Anyhow, tell me what happened.
With what?
Well, Anita, don't keep me in suspense like this. What happened with your crazy sister?
I sent her back to Westbrook. We had a long chat, and I drove her back.
And that was it?
Yeah, she just wanted to talk.
So, everything's all right now?
Everything's fine.
Hey, this is your old friend Max. If something's bothering you, you can tell me.
Max, of course not. I'm just tired.
You sure nothing's bothering you? You're not mad at me?
Oh, of course not. Come here.
Here?
Closer.
Anita?
See? I'm not mad at you.
Why? Why did you kiss me?
Why?
You never kissed me before. You said I wasn't ready for a serious relationship. You wanted to keep it platonic.
I did? Oh. Well, sorry, Max. If you don't like it, I won't do it again.
Oh, well, no, I'm not sorry.
Oh, and Max, I have a headache.
You asking me to leave, Anita?
Yes, do you mind?
No. No, sure, I understand.
Maybe some other time, okay?
Sure.
Bye now.
Bye.
Oh, that was close. I hope that dummy swallowed it.
Susan, how do we feel today?
We? How do we feel? I only wish you could feel like I feel right now.
I have a surprise for you. You have a visitor.
What did you say?
Someone's here to see you. He says he's an old friend. Max Hogan.
Max? Max is here?
Do you want to see him?
Max! Oh, wonderful, beautiful Max.
I'll send him in. You can come in, Mr. Hogan. I'll be right outside.
Max.
Anita.
Oh, I'm so glad you came. I thought I was going crazy.
Anita, it is you.
Well, of course it's me.
Well, I wasn't sure.
Max, I've got to get out of this place.
Don't worry. Never fear, Max is here. Wow, this is wild.
But it isn't funny. Now, how did you figure I was here?
Give me credit, honey. I had her pegged for Susan the minute she opened the door.
She's in my apartment?
Well, sure. Making like she's you. But she didn't fool me for a minute.
No.
What really did it was when she kissed me.
She what?
Now, you see? You'd never do that. I mean, she assumed I was your boyfriend.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on that doctor's face when you tell him. Max, would you get Dr. Cooper and tell him who I really am?
Hey, what an idea for a story. Two sisters, twin sisters, who change places.
Yes, you have my permission to write the story. Now get Dr. Cooper and we can discuss it on the way home.
Sure, of course. I have to go into greater depth, take more time to evolve my characters.
You aren't thinking what I think you're thinking.
I could come up a couple of times a week with a tape recorder.
Oh, no, you can't be thinking that.
Anita, please, just give me a few weeks. That's all I need.
No!
But can't you see? It's perfect. I haven't been inspired for months. You said so yourself.
Absolutely not.
And the story would practically write itself. It's a bestseller. We ripped the facade off mental institutions. What an expose.
I said no.
Oh, how can you be so selfish?
Selfish? I'm being selfish?
Can't you see? I'm 36 years old and I've never been published.
You don't seem to understand that every day I'm in this place, I lose a little bit more of my grip. There's drugs, there's shock therapy. Do you know what that can do to a person?
Oh, come on now. It can't be that
Getting
bad.
through to you. This place can drive anybody crazy. I thought that I could live through anything. Nothing ever really moved me or excited me.
Well, that's just why you could pull it off.
Yeah, but even if my mind was made of concrete, this place would erode it.
We'd be rich, both of us. Hey, I tell you what. I'll give you 50%.
And you're forgetting something else. Susan.
All right. She'll get a percentage, too.
Now listen, Max. Forget about me for a minute. You can't let an insane person loose in the normal world.
Why not? It's all relative, isn't it? Isn't the whole world going crazy? Who are we to say what is and what isn't normal? What a theme.
Listen.
Hey.
You don't know Susan. She's dangerous.
She seemed all right. Besides, weren't you the one who said that maybe the doctors were
Well,
wrong?
I made a mistake. She hasn't changed at all. She's vicious. She could even kill.
Don't try to talk me out of it.
Listen, take me seriously for once. When we were little, even then, she did vicious things. She broke the heads off all my dolls. She took the goldfish out of the bowl and she watched them die.
Typical healthy tomboy.
I don't want to discuss it anymore. Now get me out of here, please.
All right, Anita. Sure. That's how you want it. Doctor, I'm ready to go now.
All right, now tell him, Max. Tell the doctor.
Tell him what?
Who I am. Doctor, Max knows.
I think this has been too much of a strain for her. You'd better go immediately.
Of course.
Max!
Goodbye,
Max!
Doctor. Goodbye, Susan.
Oh, no, Max, she'll kill you. When she finds out that you know, she'll kill you.
We live in a world ravaged with fear, a world where the voices of logic and common sense seldom find a sympathetic listener. It is not so very unlike the purgatory in which Anita Gregory is now imprisoned. Today, into that dim world, a candle of hope has briefly flickered and finally been extinguished. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. Je pense, donc je suis. I think, therefore I am. So said the great philosopher René Descartes. It was this brilliant Frenchman who logically demonstrated that there is only one thing of which a man can be sure of, and that is his own existence. After all, most people accept what they see as truth. They do not question the obvious. They leave that for the philosophers.
Hello, Doctor.
Sheriff, what brings you here?
Well, you know what happened was I was typing up the week's report, and I suddenly realized that I never got you to sign this release for that Gregory girl. It was such a hectic night, it totally slipped my mind.
Of course.
Also, could you fill in her sister's full name and address? I need it for the records.
I'm glad you stopped by. She was asking for you.
For me?
Yes, she says there's something she'd like to tell you. Now, you don't have to see her if you don't want to. I'm sure it isn't anything important.
Oh, well, as long as I'm here, I'd like to see how she's doing. Hello, Susan.
Sheriff?
Oh, how you been?
Just wonderful, can't you tell?
Doc Cooper said you wanted to see me.
I did?
What was it you wanted to tell me?
I forget. I think there was something. Why can't I remember?
Oh, now take your time.
What did I want to tell you?
Nice paintings on the wall.
Oh, that's the doctor's idea. He feels by giving us a creative outlet, it's releasing hostility.
Very good.
Well, I'm a professional artist. I mean, Anita's a professional artist. I'm supposed to be Susan. Susan can't paint. Susan cooks. Anita paints. It's always been that way.
Well, I'm sure no art critic, but I think you're very good.
Yes, you know I am. Look at that wall. Look at the girl in the picture there. Her hands. Her arms, there by her neck. Do you know how many years of training it takes? The discipline, anatomy classes, live models to get the bones, the muscles, the skin tones just right, to understand the shading.
Well, like I said, it's very good.
Would you say I have a style?
Style? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
See, it takes years to develop a style. I spent 2 years in Paris. That's heaven for an artist. And that's what influenced me, those early impressionists. But Max says I still have a distinctive style. Oh, Max, that's what I wanted to tell you.
What about Max?
She's going to kill Max.
Who's going to kill Max?
That's right. Now, Max is writing a book about us, how we changed places. And I warned him. I said, Max, Susan hates to be tricked, and she hates people fooling her. And when she finds out that you know who she is, she's going to get really mad, and she'll kill you.
Well, that's very interesting.
You think I'm crazy, don't you?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
That's all right. It's quite all right. I tried. I did my best. I warned him. And he didn't believe me either. When Max is found dead, maybe then you'll believe me. That's all I wanted to tell you. Thanks for coming.
Oh, that's no trouble. I wanted to see how you were doing.
Now, if you'll excuse me. I'm very tired.
Sure. I was just leaving. Well, bye, Susan.
Sheriff, wait a minute. Don't you want this back?
Huh? Oh, the release form. Oh, thanks, Doc. I don't know what's with me these days. Look, I wanted to ask you about Susan's sister, Nita Gregory.
What about her?
I was wondering when you saw her last.
Last? Well, I really don't think that's very important.
Well, what is your impression of the sister, Nita?
I hear she's an excellent artist.
You hear?
Yeah, well, naturally, I've never met her.
You what?
There really wasn't any need to. I mean, she pays the bills on time, and she never comes to visit.
When did Susan start painting?
Just recently.
How recently?
Well, I don't see why. Well, about a week ago. She isn't bad for a beginner. Matter of fact, she's pretty good.
Did it occur to you that maybe she was too good?
Chapter 2. The second week. Oh, that's good. Let's see what we've got so far. Meanwhile, Susan Gregory, in the guise of Anita, continued more and more to assume the identity of her sister.
The door wasn't locked, so I just thought I'd come in.
Ah, I never lock my door.
What are you writing?
Nothing, just the usual junk.
Can I see?
No. I never show an unfinished work to anybody. It just isn't done.
Why not?
Well, it's bad luck. Hey, give me that back.
I just want to see. Come on, don't be such a...
Give it back.
Come on, Max, just let me see a
Give
little.
it to me. Oh, now look what you've done.
I'm sorry. Max, I'm really sorry.
Sure.
I mean it. You're so funny. You get so excited about a silly piece of paper.
No, I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Why not?
Well, it's very personal. When a writer writes, what you did just now was almost like tearing me in half physically. I don't see what's so funny.
You don't... It's very funny. It's a scream. It's a scream, Max. You know it's a scream.
No,
You're a scream. You know that? As a matter of fact, you're plain crazy.
Me? Crazy?
Don't look so shocked. Don't fight it. It's no crime to be crazy. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you're not taking me seriously, are you, Max? I'm only kidding. Can't you take a joke?
Oh, sure.
I tell you what. You come over about 6, and I'll make you some chili. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
Okay. 6, then. Max? Just a minute. Max, I told you... Oh.
Miss, Anita Gregory?
Yes?
It's amazing.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, the resemblance. It's fantastic. Between you and your sister, I mean.
My sister?
Susan Gregory. I'm an acquaintance of hers. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself.
I wish you would.
The name's Wiley. Tom Wiley. I'm sheriff up in Clay County. Near Westbrook, where your sister is staying.
Sheriff?
Could I come in for a minute?
Oh, well, of course. Please.
Thank you. Well, you have a very nice apartment, Miss Gregory.
Well, thank you. Well, what can I do for you, Sheriff?
You see, I'm the officer who apprehended your sister after she escaped from Westbrook, and well, she was really nice and likable, and, well, to be perfectly honest,
Yes, be perfectly honest.
Well, I have to admit there was a remote possibility that, well, she might have been a victim of mistaken identity.
Oh.
You know, you're not at all what I expected you to be.
Oh, what were you expecting, an ogre?
Oh, I don't know, really.
Are you disappointed?
Well, kind of. Oh.
Something wrong?
Well, these paintings.
Yes.
You, painted them?
Oh, well, I almost hate to admit it, but look, I can't expect everyone to love my work.
Oh, I didn't say that I didn't like them. It's just you have a style. It's very distinctive.
Oh, here it comes. Everyone's a critic.
I honestly like your work, Anita. Well, I really better get back. Thanks. Thanks for everything.
Yes, sure.
Oh, by the way, you wouldn't happen to know a guy named Max?
Max? Oh, sure. He lives down the hall. I thought it was him at the door before. Why?
Well, I'm wondering if it's the same Max.
The same Max?
Your sister had a visitor the other day, a guy named Max, and I was just wondering if it could be the same.
No, no. The Max that I know never met Susan. You see, I don't like to let new friends know that my sister... You understand. I mean...
Oh, sure. I understand, sure. Well, it was just a thought. Thanks anyway. Bye.
Goodbye. So, Max does know. All this time I trusted that idiot. And he knew all along. That must have been what he was writing about and wanted to hide from me. It all fits.
All this time he made a fool of me. He tricked me.
Hey, Anita, why'd you lock your door? It's only old Max.
Oh, Max, just a minute. Hello, Max.
Why'd you lock me out? Here, I brought some wine. I thought we'd have a nice evening.
Thank you, Max. I guarantee you this is going to be an evening you'll never forget.
Oh, I must say, Anita, you really outdid yourself. That chili was fantastic.
Well, you certainly ate enough.
Yeah, I'm positively stuffed. Let's have some more wine.
But you finished it all.
Oh.
By the way, Max, how's your book coming?
My book?
Yeah, your book. You never did tell me what it was about.
Well, it's just
Tell me
about...
something, Max. Did you put me in it?
You?
Yeah, me. I'm your inspiration, aren't I?
What's gotten into you, Anita?
Don't call me Anita. I hate that name. You know very well I'm Susan.
What?
Oh, don't play dumb, Max. You knew all the time, didn't you? Didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm Susan, and you knew all about it. Oh, quit playing dumb. I happen to know all about your little visit to Westbrook.
Oh, look, I can explain.
I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested. I'm more interested in this bookend. Did you know, Max, that there are only two like it in the whole world, that they belong to my grandfather, that they came all the way from Spain? They're made of mahogany. They're hand-carved. But look, notice the base. That's solid bronze.
Hey, what are you doing?
I really thought you liked me, but you were just using me, making a fool of me. You tricked me.
Susan!
No,
wait a second, let me explain.
Get mad when people fool me. I get really mad.
Susan! No, put that down. You could kill somebody with that.
I intend to kill you.
Oh, no. Ah!
See, Max, you're such an easy target.
Hey, you're crazy.
I'll kill you.
Please, Susan.
You liar. I'll kill you.
Susan, please. Stand still. Don't move.
You're too late. Sheriff, he's dead. I killed him.
No, he's not dead. He just fainted.
No, he's dead.
He's alive, Susan. Not that I really care after what he did to your sister.
I wanted to kill him. I'm not sorry. He tricked me, you know.
I know. Now, are you ready to go back now, Susan?
Susan. You know? How?
You told me with your paintings. You see, your sister has a distinctive style. She tried to tell me that in Westbrook. She duplicated from memory those 3 paintings on that wall. Exactly.
And Anita's the artist. But I don't care. Max, I didn't really mean to hurt him.
I understand.
But I'm still not sorry. I'm not sorry about anything. You can take me back now.
All right, Susan.
Susan? Susan. That's a nice name.
The sheriff took Susan home to Westbrook, and Anita, after many embarrassed apologies, is back at work. I understand she's been commissioned to do a mural inside the sheriff's office. For those of you wondering about the unfortunate Max, it seems Dr. Cooper was very interested to learn of his book, So interested, in fact, that he's made Max a permanent fixture up at Westbrook. You could call him the resident author. I'll be right back. To any of you who are asking if there is a moral, a lesson to be learned from our little story, let me assure you, we do not attempt to moralize. We do not presume to teach. However, if you happen to be close friends with a writer who is hard up for a story, I would just say, be prepared for anything. Our cast included Marion Seldes, Robert Dryden, and Leon Janney. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Ready, if you are, to probe once again into the depths of imagination and the heights of illusion. Illusion. What is life? A philosopher asked. And to answer his own question, he replied, life is an illusion, a shadow, a story. And this may well be. But in that event, we may well ask, whose illusions, whose shadow, whose story? Is this life only a dream? Are we characters in our own reverie? If that is true, and it may well be, who and what are we when we awake?
Work is for suckers. There's a quicker, easier way.
And the jails are filled with people who took it. If you work, you can put money in the bank.
The idea is to take money out of the bank.
Ah, but you have to deposit it first.
No, you don't. Not if you walk in with a gun.
And suppose the police try to stop you.
Well, you just have to shoot it out.
Have you ever shot it out with the police? Well, have you?
Wouldn't you like to know, Mary baby? Wouldn't you like to know?
Our mystery drama, Death is a Dream, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Mercedes McCambridge. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little world is rounded with a sleep. So said William Shakespeare, and so lives Mary Catherine Collins. Mary Catherine lives in a world of never-ending nightmare. It's a world of heart-stabbing terror and apprehension. Every night, there's the dream, the same dream. It refuses to leave her. She can only fight off sleep for so long, and then the dream once again overwhelms her. And each night, the dream is exactly the same in every minute detail. It's just the way it was when she dreamed it for the first time on that night of August the 14th. That night is seared in her memory forever.
I see Joe, my brother Joe, and he's walking his beat. The night's dark, and a soft rain is falling, and drops of water glisten on his black policeman's raincoat. And he's whistling that tune, the tune I never heard anywhere else, and he always said, "One day I'll tell you the name of it." And he's walking down that street, that old, tired, run-down street, alone, all alone. And because it's my dream, he doesn't see what I see, just around the corner. A man. It's too hard to make out his face in the dark, but he carries a box in one hand and a pistol in the other. And he's climbing out of the window of a warehouse just as my brother's about to turn the corner. And I scream, "Look out, Joe! Look out! He's got a gun! Joe!" But he didn't hear me. He didn't hear me. My brother never heard me. Oh, it was a dream. Yes. Who? Yes, just a minute. Who is it?
Mary, it's Frank Miller.
Oh. Yes, what? What is it, Frank? Come on in.
Mary,
You're here because of Joe.
Yes, Mary.
Something has happened to Joe, and you've come to tell me yourself.
Mary.
Joe is dead. He's dead, isn't he? Why else would you be here at this time of the night? Joe's dead.
Yes, Mary.
He was killed by some hoodlum who was robbing a warehouse at the end of Water Street.
Mary, who told you?
I saw it happen. I saw it happen.
Now, Mary, you must get a hold of yourself.
He was shot just as he turned the corner. His revolver was still in his holster. He never had a chance. Joe never had a chance.
I know how hard it is, Mary.
I saw it happen. Oh, why? Why did I see it happen? I saw it happen as if I were sitting in a theater, and it was all taking place on a giant screen. And from that night on, I saw it happen. Every night. Every night I was condemned to relive it again. And again. And again.
Lieutenant Miller. Who? Oh, look, tell her... No, tell her to come in. Mary, it's good to see you.
Is it? Good to see me, Frank.
Mary, how can you say that?
I'm becoming a pest. Admit it, Frank.
Oh, I'll admit no such thing.
I haunt you day and night. I pester you with phone calls every hour on the hour.
Well, it's understandable. I know how much your brother Joe meant to you.
No, you don't. Nobody could ever hope to understand how much Joe meant to me.
Mary, I'm sorry.
We're all sorry. But sorrow gets us nowhere. It's been 6 weeks now since Joe was killed.
Mary, we've had every available man out on this case.
I know. It isn't your fault. But I know how the department works. And little by little, my brother is going to become a statistic. Just another police officer killed in the line of duty by an unknown assailant.
Mary, we're doing our best.
I didn't say you weren't. What I'm saying is that your best isn't good enough.
That's not fair.
Fair? Oh. What's fair? Was it fair for my brother to be gunned down without warning? His revolver still in his holster? Oh, why did he have to be killed? Joe was a good cop. He gave everybody a break, and he liked to help people. Why did he...
Look, Mary, we'll get the killer.
No, I don't think so. And so that's why...
That's why what?
That's why I'm going to get him myself.
Well, just what exactly does that mean?
It means I'll have to get him myself.
Well, how can you...
I plan to spend a great deal of time in that neighborhood.
Doing what?
Teaching school.
Teaching school?
Why not? I'm a school teacher.
But you're teaching uptown.
I've asked for a transfer.
Do you know what those kids are like? What that area is like?
It was where my brother worked and was murdered.
What can you possibly hope to...
I intend to become a part of that neighborhood.
You mean you'll poke around and ask questions?
So you can put it any way you like.
You realize you can get yourself killed?
I have a job to do. I'd taken step one. I'd made the decision to leave the soft and delightful job at North Crescent High School, known and with good reason as the country club. My principal was completely at a loss to understand why I'd want to leave his pleasant, well-ordered school for what he could only describe as the witch's cauldron at Southern District. Well, of course, there was no way I could explain it. And now, step two. To be accepted by John Hodges, principal at Southern District. And suddenly I realized it wasn't going to be automatic.
You thought we were so desperate for teachers here we'd grab anybody who walks in?
Well, truthfully, I didn't think there'd be...
Well, the first part of your assumption is correct. We are desperate for teachers. Teachers. That's why we have to be very particular.
But I...
Yes, Miss Collins.
I have a good record.
Miss Collins, tell me, what are you doing here?
Well, isn't that obvious? I want to teach English at your school.
Why?
Because I'm an English teacher.
Look, we've done more fencing in the 5 minutes you've been in this office than all of the Three Musketeers put together. You have had the plum of the system. A job at North Crescent, mostly motivated kids from comfortably situated families. 90% of them go on to college. Do you know what we have here?
Oh, I think so.
You think so? Miss Collins...
I know. They are difficult children.
Difficult? Yes. Children? No. These are only adolescents chronologically.
Well, I felt that there was no challenge at North Crescent.
I see.
And that here I would be tested to the utmost of my ability. I want to see if I can measure up. Well, Mr. Hodges, won't you say something?
Miss Collins, I am seldom, if ever, at a loss for words. But I simply cannot figure you out.
You mean you don't believe me?
I need teachers. Cavalier as I may sound, I need teachers.
I work best with seniors.
Do you?
Yes, especially with the advanced lit courses.
Do you think you can teach Shakespeare?
I've done it.
Okay. Good luck. We'll set up a program for you.
Thank you, Mr. Hodges. And I know that I'll be successful.
I'm sure you will. Provided you survive.
And so the time arrived for me to report for my first class. And I paused at the doorway and looked into the room. My heart did more than sink. It almost died within me. That classroom was a madhouse. They were tough kids. I almost regretted my transfer, but I remembered my brother Joe, and I knew I'd have to go through with this somehow. I needed a reason to be in that neighborhood, and I had to start with a nucleus of friends, or even acquaintances.
Hey, look at this! Hey, is this the teacher?
Come on, start. What are you doing?
Hey, Teach, what are you doing right now, huh?
This class...
Hey, Teach, what are you doing tonight?
Please.
Hey, look at her. Hey,
Please. This class will come to order.
Oh, I'm going to order a couple of beers. Hey, what are you going to have, Chuck?
Hey, you, who's got the dice? Let's get the game going.
Yeah, let's get...
Now, you...
You got nothing.
You in the blue shirt.
Yeah?
You report to the principal's office.
Oh, how about that?
And you there with the red hair, will you please sit down?
Oh, that's a wig. I'll take it off.
That young lady near the window.
Yeah, but she ain't no lady.
Hey, there ain't no action around here. Let's
dance, huh? Let's move it.
All right, now, turn off that radio.
Yep, hey, Teach, can I have the pleasure of this dance,
I've seen her first.
Will you please turn off that radio? Now, turn that off. sorry, Mr. Hodges. It was a fiasco.
I know. I was just across the hall. I saw it all.
You saw it? And you permitted it?
We have to find out if you can control these kids. You could empty the room by sending everyone to my office for discipline, but that's not teaching. I'm afraid you'd better go back to North...
Oh, no, please give me another chance.
Why?
Because...
I could understand it if you liked these kids, but you don't.
Oh, I do, really.
No. And they sensed it the minute you walked in. They saw it. They felt it.
They felt what?
Your hostility. Your contempt.
Oh, that's not true.
It isn't? You are repelled by these youngsters, and it shows. Now, Miss Collins, you'd better go back to the well-ordered world of North Crescent.
Oh, please, Mr. Hodges, you must give me another chance.
I'm sorry, Miss Collins. It won't work.
No, you can't turn me down.
Miss Collins, I will give you another chance on one condition. You must tell me the real reason you want to work here.
But I told you.
No, you didn't. And now I insist.
Very well, Mr. Hodges. I'll tell you.
Well, what will Mary tell him? The real reason? If she does, how will he take it? If not the real one, then she needs a reason that sounds convincing. And can she make one up on the spur of the moment? One thing we know, Mary must have the job if she's to have any chance of finding her brother Joe's killer. Well, fortunately, she has a few moments to think about it before I return with Act Two. Things are seldom what they seem. Skim milk masquerades as cream. It's one of Mary Catherine Collins' favorite verses. And now it's going to form a pattern for the next portion of her life. She is attempting to masquerade as a dedicated teacher in a slum district school in order to find out, if she can, the identity of her brother's killer. But her first problem is to get the job. And John Hodges, the principal, has very grave doubts indeed.
Mr. Hodges, I agree. It's time we told each other the truth.
Let's say it's time you told me the truth.
My name, Collins. Does that mean anything to you?
Collins? No, I don't think so.
Well, almost 2 months ago, a police officer was killed in this neighborhood.
Oh, yes. Yes, I knew him.
Officer Collins.
I never even knew his last name. Everyone called him Joe.
He was my brother.
Oh, I am sorry.
And then you know that he was an unusual man.
Yes.
He could have risen high. He could have gone far in the department, but he chose not to. He felt that good cops were needed in places like this. And I feel that if I could take his place somehow, if I could be the kind of influence in the classroom that he tried to be out on the street.
Well, I won't be the one to refuse you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hodges.
Miss Collins, why do you think your brother was so successful with the people in our neighborhood?
Well, I suppose he had a gift.
He surely did. And do you know what that gift was? He liked the people. That's 90% of what you need, Miss Collins.
I had told him a half-truth, but it was enough to nail down the job. And now, in order to keep it, I'd have to like those kids. But how? Okay, round one. Come out fighting. All right, now. Now, calm down. Now. Class, today I am going to introduce you to a man named William Shakespeare.
Yeah, where is he?
He's right here in this book in my hand.
Well, why should I want to meet him? What's in it for me?
Aha! That's a very good question. What is your name? Charlie, I believe, huh?
Oh, yeah, good.
Well, you should become acquainted with Mr. Shakespeare, because as soon as you go back to reform school...
I'm too old for reform school. I go up to the big joint on my next rap.
Well, either way, you're going to have a lot of time on your hands. And Mr. Shakespeare can make it pass very quickly. Hello?
Mary, I finally tracked you down.
Oh, hello, Frank.
I didn't know you were going to live down there, too.
Well, see, I found this little apartment. It's convenient to the school.
Mary, the neighborhood.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. But people do live here.
Mary, what are you doing? You can't go around asking people, do you know who killed police officer Collins?
Yes, I understand.
Well, then what are you doing?
I don't know. Frank, it's just being here. I mean, I could hear something or see something.
The department is working on it. You can get hurt.
Oh, Frank.
What is it? What's the matter?
Frank,
Mary, is something wrong? I can have a cop over there in just a second.
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I hear you. What's the matter? You think everybody's deaf? What do you want?
Listen, I live upstairs in apartment 4F.
Oh, yeah, you're the school teacher.
Yes, I have to see the superintendent.
Look, honey, down here we don't have no superintendents. We got janitors.
I have to see him immediately.
Well, you can't do it.
Why not?
Because he's drunk. Look for yourself. You see? Sprawled all over the couch.
Well, somebody has to do something.
About what?
There's a rat in my apartment.
Only one? You're lucky.
I just saw him.
How do you know it's a him?
I was sitting at the telephone and I saw this enormous rat.
You sure it wasn't a mouse?
Oh, what's going to be done about it?
You got a gun? Shoot him.
Now, please.
Okay. When Strongheart here wakes up, I'll send him to your place. He'll bring up a broom handle or a trap. I don't know what he does.
And what am I going to do in the meantime?
About what?
About the rat.
I don't know. Try to make friends with him.
Try to make friends with him. Well, the days passed and I couldn't make friends with anybody. In the class, I'd reached a point where I was being tolerated, but just barely. And in the neighborhood, I was obviously alien clay. There was something different about me. My clothes, my accent. I had the look of somebody who didn't have to live there. And that made me suspect. And another thing, I was a teacher. I worked for the government, and the government always meant trouble. There were police, parole officers, and welfare investigators. I was beginning to feel very foolish. How was I ever going to get anywhere in finding Joe's killer? To whom could I talk?
Well, hiya, Mary.
Well, good morning, Charles.
You saw because I called you Mary. No, it ain't as if we were in class. Hey, where'd you get the car?
I didn't get it. I bought it. I earned the money, and I bought it.
Oh, why do you always have to make a lesson out of everything? You're trying to tell me get a job, Charlie, be a good little boy, work hard, save your money, and one day you'll have enough to
Yes,
buy...
I suppose that is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, work is for suckers. There's a quicker, easier way.
And the jails are filled with people who took it. Now, listen, Charles, you like this car. Well, I worked to put the money in the bank.
The idea is not to put the dough in the bank, but to take it out.
Ah, but you have to deposit it first.
No, you don't. Not if you walk in with a gun.
But that's stealing.
What about all the smooth, dignified, white-haired guys who steal millions and get away with it?
Well, if you want to be a crook, why not be the best? Get yourself a good education so you can become one of the smooth, dignified, white-haired boys yourself.
What, are you out of your mind?
Why? I mean, is your way better? Do you want to spend your life in jail? Or be gunned down?
Listen, Mary, what are you doing here?
Making a living.
Oh, come on. You don't have to work here. You're a class dame. What's your angle?
Angle?
Everybody's got an angle. Unless
what?
Unless you like it down here. But then you'd have to be nuts.
All right, come on, you.
All right. All right, everybody, that's it. Now, for tomorrow, we have pages 30 through 45.
12 pages? What the heck is this?
Miss Collins?
Yes, Tony. What is it?
It ain't nothing.
No, it isn't anything.
Yeah, that's right. It isn't anything.
You well?
Well, like I said, it isn't nothing. Anything. But, I want to tell you something.
Yes?
About Shakespeare.
Oh?
I used to think, Shakespeare, what gives was Shakespeare, but, all of a sudden, I seen it. I mean, I seen the guys for real.
Is that so?
Yeah, like you was reading, and you said, neither a borrower nor a lender be. Remember? That's Shakespeare, right?
Yes, it's Hamlet.
Yeah, this guy, Polonius says that, but that's what my old man, he should rest in peace. Yeah, that's what my old man always used to say to me. He'd say, Tony, don't borrow money off of the guy. Don't lend money off of the guy. And you'll be friends with everybody, you see?
Yes, I see.
This, Polonius, I hear what he says. Okay, he knows some fancy words my old man never heard of, but, this Polonius, he's my old man.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, I kind of miss the old man, and now I come across this guy, and, what I want to say is, thanks.
Well, I'm sure you're welcome, Tony.
Look, if there's something I can do for you, I mean, you name it. Is there something I can do for you?
How could I ask him? How could I say, do you know who killed Officer Joe Collins? What kind of a question would that be? And where would it lead? And why would he know? But I finally promised that I would call on him if ever I needed help. I don't know how long I'd been sitting there when...
Mary.
What?
Oh, I was walking down the hall. Your classroom door was open. I saw you sitting there. There was something very strange about you.
Oh, really?
Yes. For the first time since you've come here, I saw you smiling.
Oh, I always smile.
No. This was truly a smile. As if it came from the basic meaning of the word itself, which means to be astonished. What happened?
Well, I think I just taught somebody something.
And you're starting to get an inkling of the reason why your brother Joe worked down here.
I think so.
Hey, Mary.
Oh, hello, Dora. Did you tell your husband about the leaky faucet?
Oh, yeah. He'll get around to it one of these weeks. Listen. Now, tell me if I'm talking out of turn. Are you on the lam?
Whoa, what do you mean?
Oh, you know what I mean, kid. Do the cops want you?
Well, what makes you think the cops want me?
Because a cop has been around asking for you, a plainclothes guy.
Well, then how did you know he was a cop?
Oh, kid, I can smell him. He's in the hallway now.
He is? Well, thanks.
Ah, so you are on the lam.
I didn't say that.
Then what are you going back to your car for?
Well, I just remembered. I have a date.
Listen, kid, I'm glad to help. Now, before you come back, give me a ring, huh? I'll tell you if the coast is clear.
Of course, I knew it was only Frank. But I acted on the spur of the moment, and acted is exactly the right word for it. And Dora spread the word. The implication was that I was sort of hiding out down here. And instantly, my status changed. People no longer stopped talking when I passed by. I was no longer given guarded attention when I walked into a shop. Evidently, now I belonged. But I was getting no closer to my objective. How could I come out with the direct questions? I was becoming a part of the neighborhood, but I still wasn't getting anywhere.
Give it up, Mary.
Frank, I can't. I've got to get that murderer.
I know, but it will have to be done in the usual way.
And maybe it won't be done at all.
That could happen.
And the killer goes free, is that right? What am I going to do?
Come home to where you belong.
No, I belong where I can find Joe's killer.
But it hasn't worked.
Help me, Frank.
How?
Tell me how I should go about it. I don't know what moves to make.
There are no moves you can make.
I mean, if you were in my place, you are a trained detective, what would you do?
Well, I'd have stool pigeons out. We did, but nobody picked up the slightest rumble.
Very well, the informer angle has been covered. Then what?
Well, the truth is we're doing what you're doing, and with no more success. What's got us licked is if we could only get a description, any kind of description. Then we could ask definite questions. We could ask, do you know a guy who codes like this or that? But there are no witnesses.
What? What did you say, Frank?
I said, there are no witnesses.
But that isn't true.
What isn't true?
There was a witness.
Mary, what are you saying?
There was a witness. There was a witness.
Was there? I've been following the story very carefully and closely, and I'm not aware of any witness. After all, Joe was killed on a lonely street. No one was there when it happened. Yet Mary says there was a witness. Oh, yes, of course there was. Can you figure out who? It should take you more than a few moments, and by that time, I shall return with Act 3. Joe Collins was killed in the line of duty. He was walking along a deserted street late one rainy night, doing his job, walking his beat. Someone shot him down and fled, and 2 months have gone by, and the police are no nearer to catching the killer than they were the night it happened. Only his sister has discovered the one element that is absolutely vital to the successful capture of the criminal. Or so she says.
Mary, there were no witnesses. No one saw it happen.
That isn't true. Someone did see it happen.
Who?
Me.
What?
I saw it happen.
Mary, you weren't there.
I didn't say I was there. I said I saw it happen.
But how could you possibly...
Because I dreamed about it.
Oh, Mary.
That night you came to my apartment to tell me yourself, remember?
I remember.
And you will also remember that I knew it before you even told me.
Yes, I remember.
Well, how did it happen that I could even tell you where? At the end of Water Street. And remember, you were shocked. Remember, you said, Mary, who told you?
At the time, I was upset and nervous.
How would I know that it was Water Street? I saw Joe turn that corner. And I saw the man coming out of the window of the warehouse. And I saw that he had a gun, and he fired as soon as he saw my brother. I am the witness because I saw the whole thing.
All right, Mary. Fine, tell me, what does the killer look like?
What?
Well, you say you saw the killing. Describe the killer. Is that an unfair question?
Oh, no, but
But what?
Well, I didn't get a good look at him.
Oh.
See, I was so terrified. And I was so afraid for Joe that and besides, the man was in the shadow. I couldn't see him.
I hate to say this, Mary, but your dream really doesn't do us any good. From a practical point of view, that is.
Yes, but next time I'll concentrate on the killer.
Next time?
Yes, next time, tonight. Every night I dream this dream, Frank, every night. And this time I'm not going to fight it. I'll wait for it gladly. I'll welcome it. And this time, I won't look at my brother. I'll look at the killer. Joe! Joe, look out! He's got a gun! Joe! Joe! I tried to look at the man in the shadowy darkness, but I couldn't take my eyes off my brother. And it's in that darkness that the killer exists, and I've got to find him there. I must remember to look there, to look again. You sent for me, John? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was anyone here with you.
Hi, Teach.
Well, what's the trouble?
You'll have to go to the police station and identify your car.
Why?
Well, it seems Charles here and a few of his buddies took your car and went joyriding and then piled it up against a telephone pole. They would have abandoned it except for the fact that a police cruiser happened along. The rest got away. Charles was caught.
Oh?
Preliminary estimates on the damage run about $900.
Oh, what's everybody running a fee? But the insurance pays, don't it?
That's a great attitude.
I'm glad you like it.
This time I'm afraid it's jail. I've given up on you, Charles.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Oh, why does Charles have to go to jail?
Stealing a car is against the law.
Who says he stole the car?
What?
Who says he stole the car? The truth is, I gave him permission to use the car.
Mary, it's wrong for you.
No, you see, I don't use it very much, and I understand if you don't run a car regularly, you get carbon deposits, isn't that so?
This is not the way to do things.
Well, that's the truth.
I won't permit it.
John, it's the way it happened.
Okay, I'll hold still. But on one condition. This one and his pals. They've got to get jobs and cover the insurance bill.
Oh, that sounds reasonable.
I know the foreman at Jackson's warehouse. You fellas can all work there after school. And now, if you'll excuse me.
Thanks. I said you were a class dame.
What's been done is done, Charles. And you will have to pay to have it fixed.
Oh, listen, me and the guys can steal you a better one.
Oh, no. I don't think so. Now, listen, you're smart, Charles. Why be a cheap crook? How about becoming one of those smooth, dignified guys?
For that, you got to go to college.
So?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, you got to have rocks in your skull. Me go to college?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
That's it. Say why not. Say it and keep saying it and say it all the time. And after a while, you won't find a single reason against it.
Why are you doing this?
Because as a teacher, it's my job to inspire you to get all the education you can handle. And you are bright enough to handle a great deal.
Yeah, but... Why'd you get me off that stolen car rap?
Oh, that?
Yeah, I can't figure it. Nobody ever done nothing for me before. I mean, zilch, zero, nada.
Well, isn't it a better world when people try to help each other?
Yeah, sure. All right, what can I do to help you?
Oh, someday I might ask you some questions.
Questions? Like what?
Well, like, would you know a certain person?
So ask. What do you want to know?
Well, I don't know yet.
But when you find out, you'll ask, won't you?
Oh, yes. I'll ask. Joe! Joe, look out! Look out, he's got a gun! Joe! Finally, something happened. In the dream, I saw the man. Clearly. For the first time. Not his face, I didn't get the chance. But I saw his body. I saw his body clearly defined in the shadow. He was young. Young even as some of the kids in my own classes. And he was slim, almost thin. And he was tall. And tomorrow night I'll concentrate on his face.
Lieutenant Miller.
Frank, suppose I could give you a description of the killer.
That'd be great. But where would you get it?
Well, every night in my nightmare, I see him more and more clearly.
You mean you want a jury to believe that a man you see in a dream is
Well,
the
why
killer?
not? I've seen all the rest of the crime.
Can you imagine what a defense attorney would do with you on the stand?
Frank, the man I see in the dream is the killer.
We'll need more than a dream to convict.
Well, maybe you do, but I don't.
And what does that mean?
Well, that means that I can handle all of it myself.
Mary, you're not saying what I think you're saying.
The murderer who killed my brother will be dealt with, if not by the law, then by me.
Mary!
I must sleep. I must fall asleep. Right now. Now, while I'm still calm and relaxed. I need all my energy to look into that shadow along the wall of the warehouse. I've got to see his face tonight. I must see his face, the face of the killer. And then I shall hunt him down. Tonight. Tonight I will see. Joe! Look out, he's got a gun! Look out, Joe! That tall kid with the blonde hair and the scar across his... Oh, my God! It's... Joe!
Hey, will you come on? Wait just a minute. Wait a minute. I just got the...
Charles!
Yeah?
Charles, I wonder, could you stay after class for a few minutes?
Yeah, right on,
Hey,
Teach.
what are you going to stay after, Charlie?
Knock it off.
Charles. I need some help.
Anytime.
Well, I have to drive out into the country to pick up an antique, and I need someone
To lift? Carry? Oh, well, I'm your pigeon. But we're going to get back early. It's just that I got a date. Yeah, who cares? If she don't like it, I can get somebody else. I've always been independent with dames.
And I'm sure you can afford to be, with that blonde hair. And even that scar makes you look handsome. Well, are you ready?
Sure.
Oh, listen. Oh, I'm glad I found you, Mary. You have a telephone call in my office. His name is Frank. He said it's of vital importance.
Mary. Oh, Mary, you don't know how I prayed for this day.
What is it, Frank?
We got him, Mary. We got him.
You got who?
Well, who do you think? The killer. The man who murdered your brother.
But that's...
That's what, Mary. Do you realize what I've just told you? We got him.
Are you sure?
It's ice cold. He was arrested in a stick-up at Larson City, just north of here. We checked his gun, and ballistics says it's the same one that fired the slugs that killed Joe.
But
what? To ice the cake, he even confessed.
He did?
Yes, funny. You know, if we'd only known what he looked like, he would have been a cinch to pick up. If only there'd been a witness. He's tall, thin, long blonde hair, and a funny little scar.
Oh, Frank. Frank.
What is it?
Oh, thank you, Frank. Oh, thank you.
Well, I suppose you'll be leaving us now.
Leaving you? Why do you say that?
Well, I spoke to Lieutenant Miller. He told me everything.
Oh?
And so, now that the killer has been caught, I suppose it's back to North Crescent High for you.
I don't know, John. You see, I'm not at all sure that they caught the killer.
What? They say the man's confessed.
Well, they may have caught the man who pulled the trigger, but the killer is still here. The killer is here in these streets. The killer is what you and my brother Joe kept fighting against day and night. The poverty and the hopelessness and the feeling that nobody gives a damn.
Hey, Miss Collins, are we going?
Oh, no, Charles, no. I changed my mind.
Oh, okay. But look, anytime I can help.
Oh, you've already helped me.
Yeah? How?
Oh, you'll never know.
Well, I'll see you in class tomorrow.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps on in this petty pace from day to day.
Shakespeare. Right, Teach?
Right.
Tomorrow. That's the greatest gift of all gifts. A tomorrow. And Mary Catherine Collins will make sure of that by working today and every day with the kids that Joe loved so much. How fortunate a man Joe was. All the love and care that he had lavished on his sister returned to all the children. And I shall return with some love and a warning in just a few moments. Is the dream the extension of reality? Who can say? It was given to Mary to dream of her brother's death. Why? and to see the face of his killer, the true face, not the visage of a man, but the entire countenance of society, the crucible wherein the killers are formed. Here is also a crucible, and we form one of these stories for you 7 times a week. Our cast included Mercedes McCambridge, Michael Wager, Bob Caliban, Jack Grimes, and Bryna Rayburn. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.